5, 4, 3.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 5, game 1 of the Pacific Ice Hockey League here at the Ice HQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, where we have the Melbourne Ducks taking on the Coast from Erina in the central coast of New South Wales. I'm Carl Brewer, and joining me this evening once again, Anton Goss. And tonight is the Pride round of the Pacific Hockey League, where we celebrate that hockey is for everyone. The Ducks come to this game on top of the Pacific ladder, and the Coast solidly at the moment in 4th and last place. It looks from a distance like a classic top versus bottom game, but the ladder will not tell the story. The Coast have been continually improving throughout the season. While they had their first series against Adelaide, they got a spanking, but at home last weekend they took the Avalanche to a shootout finish in game 1, an absolute thriller, with their goaltender Tom Lash Munro making an incredible 62 saves in regulation play with a save percentage of an almost unbelievable .969. That was a huge day for Lash Munro. They're lacking in scoring ability a little, but every game they've played they've improved, and they're not to be taken for granted. The Ducks cannot expect an easy or a one-sided affair. New players joining the Ducks tonight. We have 17-year-old Brody Lindell. He's Canadian-born, and he flew in on Friday. He'll be playing centre or left wing. Chris Drake has a bit of a comeback after a long break from the game. He's played national-level hockey in Australia before and is a junior national team representative, and he'll be bolstering the defensive line for the Ducks. Ryan Rintola escaped from South Australia, now living and working in Melbourne in the Ice HQ Pro Shop here. Regulars here will know him well. He's a dominating presence in defence and will again bolster the Ducks' backline. Last week on Sunday, the Ducks were down to just the 4 defensemen. The addition of Rintola and Drake will provide some options and rest over the long weekend. When the Ducks toured for round 3 of the Pacific League, up they went to Erina on the New South Wales Central Coast. The first game was a thriller. The Ducks just sneaking in for a 5-4 win. The second game was a much bigger margin to the Ducks, winning 7-2. Over that weekend, Dawes racked up 5 goals and Liam Webster 4 in commanding performances. Things to watch out for this time. The Coast, Mike Tisch is a real scoring machine. We haven't actually seen him on the list. No, he's just arrived. So we've got Mike Tisch tonight. Will be playing for them, and he's a scoring machine if he finds his rhythm. Ludek Strenid is a creative attacking winger who's found the back of the net on a number of occasions, but the Coast do struggle on the penalty kill. They'll need to fix that to be competitive. If Tom Munro is in goals, he has the ability to frustrate and attack like no other goalie in this league. They do have a little bit of a tendency to lose discipline and spend a lot of time in the box. It's frustrating when you're yet to have a win. But they will need to knuckle down and stay out of the naughty corner to avoid having to kill the best power play unit in the Pacific of the Ducks. How well can they survive 2 games on foreign ground? We'll wait and see. For the Ducks, the usual dangermen in Hector Vilnick and Ryan Ruddle, who've combined so well last Sunday, and with Hayden Dawes back from injury, the big hitters are in. But also watch out for Byron Schumer. He racked up a number of important assists last Sunday, and is one of those hard grafting playmakers who does all the things that matter. The Ducks are still without Jamie Burke and will be for the season, but he's here today, and while not on the ice, his presence alone adds some real heart and emotional backing to the Ducks lineup. One trend of concern that Pat McMahon, the Ducks head coach, will have to sort out before the finals is a tendency of the Ducks on Saturdays to be a little slow out of the box. When Adelaide played here back in May, the first 10 minutes was all Avalanche, and the Ducks were pretty lucky to get away with it without the Avalanche running amok and clocking up a big score. They weren't so lucky last weekend when the Rampage made the Ducks pay for that first 10 minutes of torpor and piled on 3 goals in a hurry. Anton, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, thanks for the little review there, Carl. I think you touched on a few good points. You know, we got the number 1 squad here in the Pacific against number 4, and really it's all about goals, right? The Ducks,
ladies and gentlemen,
the Ducks,
can we give a round of applause for our 2 incredible puck collectors
with the number of goals, averaging over 6 goals per game here in the league. And the Coast are really having trouble to score. So you mentioned Ting, right? He's their top goal scorer. He's got 6 goals in 8 games. But the Ducks are very much going to welcome back Hayden Dawes, who's put in 11 so far in 7 games, and he's leading the Pacific League. So fresh off 4-goal game, it's going to be interesting to see how Ruddle and Vilnick work. But bringing back Robertson as well is going to be important, as in that first game he and Dawes connected both with 2 points. So
those shots in from the point were particularly effective, and Dawes was there to swoop on them and shove the finishing off motions.
That's for sure. And I think one of the guys on the Ducks side as well, who I think has kind of been flying a little bit under the radar, no pun intended, as a Duck, but is Jack Carpenter. He's leading the team in assists, and he's actually leading the league or second in the league next to Sobchak in assists with 12, and he's actually the only defender in the top 10 in points in the league. So he's racking up quite a bit there from the point. And while he might not necessarily be out there scoring a flashy goal, often he's there in making the right play and is able to move the puck up to those Ducks forwards who are who are very dangerous.
One of those really creative and constructive playmaking defenseman, Jack Carpenter, and those shots he fires in from the points down low and hard often force those rebounds or good deflections too. So absolutely, Carpenter, a player that the Ducks will need firing, and the Coast need to keep a close eye and make sure their wingers don't collapse down too low in D and give him too much room to move. So some other stuff to think about. The rink here is a bit smaller than the rink up in Queensland. In New South Wales. Arena, I think is how it's pronounced, is a full-size International Ice Hockey Federation or Olympic rink. It's 60 by 30 metres, but has no glass. The Ice HQ rink here is NHL size, which is 61 by 26 metres and does have glass. Gossy, do you reckon that makes much difference?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think you mentioned it, I think, last week in the broadcast, talking about the influence of having the glass, just being able to, lay the body a little bit more there in the corners. And obviously with less time and space, it forces you to be able to be moving the puck quickly and maybe, not necessarily rely on kind of that speed or that European style of moving the puck out wide. I think that really favors the Ducks. They're a big team. They like to get physical. I think when you look at the games that they've run out ahead, it's often been led by that physical contact, and really in the offensive zone they lay punishing hits on the forecheck. That's
also added up too, possibly been a factor in the much more dominant displays that the Ducks have shown on all of their second games of each round. The big hits and that wears them down. So the team that comes along and plays against them here is going to know about it tomorrow. That's for sure. Other things, travelling teams always struggle a little bit just because they're not at home. Last weekend for the Rampage, they came here and it was a miserable, cold, rainy, awful weekend in Melbourne to start the ski season. It was great, but for everyone else. But today the Coast were out warming up in the sun on the cricket pitch out on the other side of things, so they had a good opportunity to get their warm up going. So that can make a difference too. The crowd, obviously, well, it's a Melbourne crowd. There's almost everyone here wearing green.
Yeah.
And that does make a difference. So having the crowd behind you just helps with the emotional side of the game. Anything else you can think of, Gossip?
Yeah, I think the crowd's a big one, right? I think the team here does a really good job putting on a show, and as we mentioned last week, like even here with the warm-ups, like a really great job just making everyone feel encouraged to come out. I know there's a number of people out here to celebrate here for the Pride Round, but also there was a little promotion here for the Bear League players, right? So encouraging all those local guys that come out here, guys and girls, sorry, that are out here Monday to Friday, well, Monday to Sunday really, except Wednesdays, playing, getting
Wednesdays
out here.
is training.
Yeah, exactly, but getting out here to watch the game. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think, as you mentioned, it'll be interesting to see if the Ducks can kind of, come out of the gate hot. With those new additions, they've got a full bench. I saw Ryan actually before the game. He was looking pretty sharp too, So hopefully that nice floral shirt and that gorgeous coat he had on will relay out to some beautiful plays. And he's quite the player. I played a couple games with him there in the beer league division here, and he's a big body, but very creative as well with the puck there from the back end.
Yeah, one of the things that we did see last week was some of the lesser, the lesser well-known Ducks had particularly good games. Trevor Lau had an absolute blinder on Sunday. On Saturday he looked just a little bit unsure of himself, but on Sunday he picked it right up and played a scorcher, and so too they welcomed back Brian Schumer. And I think he's just one of those great underrated players who's such a constructive playmaker when he gets a chance to get on the ice and get some ice time. But last week they did look a little bit like a beer league team with the
12 skaters.
12 skaters, 4D. If someone got hurt, they had a problem. This evening, though, they've got 6 defensive players. So they've got Rintalo, who's going to roll through, and Drake, who's going to roll through. So just a few more options for Pat McMahon to choose on his defensive line, which will help a little bit, not only for today, but also in getting ready for tomorrow's game. And that does make a big difference. It's 2 games in 2 days, full contact, not a lot of recovery time between the two. There's less than 24 hours recovery. And now it's a Saturday night in Melbourne. Yeah, it'll go out, they have a good time.
No, it's gonna be good. And I think just we talk a lot about the Ducks obviously because we're very familiar with them here. But the Coast, they're a very young team, right?
They are,
lots of young players there, which they're getting better and better every single week, as you mentioned, and the experience will come. So it'll be interesting to see if they can use some of that speed. What happens if they get a lead, or perhaps find themselves in a hole if they're able to build them out.
Yep.
But I know in the net, Monroe, he's very experienced. He's he's been a journeyman, right? He's played for a number of teams all throughout Australia in a number of the different competitions that we have. And he wears the A, which as a goaltender, I always love when they give them that. I think who was it? Roberto Luongo. He was captain of Vancouver Canucks a few years ago. So it's always nice when they respect that, because as a goaltender, you know, you do have a lot of leadership criteria that you need to focus on, because you see the play so different. But you know, down the other end, we have Dane Davis, who's the only goalie to have played all 8 games, right? So he'll be hoping to continue that trend and keep the puck out of the net with a sparkling save percentage of 917.
Yep. So we're just waiting now to have.
I pay my respects to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander elders past, present, and future. This respect and acknowledgement extends to the stories, traditions, and living cultures of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people on this land. Now please stand if you are able, and please remove your caps, and let's welcome Maddie for your national anthem.
Beauty rich and rare in history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair.
And it's hockey night in Ice HQ Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia. Here in Reservoir, the Ice HQ Ice Arena, with a magnificent rendition of our national anthem.
In all this build-up, though, Carl, we also forgot the, I think one of the more important new Ducks as well. We got Quackers out here on the crowd, too, for the first time.
We do have
our mascot. And he's staring over at us right now with those gorgeous eyes.
The big green duck, yes. Well, they're going to have a ceremonial puck drop now. Carl Jackson, the president of the LGBTQ Ice Hockey Association, will be doing the ceremonial puck drop. It is the Pride round of the Pacific Hockey League, where we celebrate that hockey is for everyone. And the puck drop ceremonially completed. Carpenter and I think that's Rye over there for the Coast. And we'll be underway in just a few seconds for the opening game of round 5. Watch what happens. Can the Ducks stamp their authority in the first 10 minutes, or is it going to be the initial 10 minutes hoodoo? We'll see how it goes, Gossie.
And there we go. So we got the masters of the mesh, Munro there for the Coast, and our starting goaltender for the Ducks there is Dane Davis. So here we are. We're off. Face-off won there by the Coast. And here's Costa. Lose the puck back to Stranad, who sends it deep, but Carpenter picks up there for the Ducks. So Carpenter now, he's getting chased there by Tish, but still with the puck, and still chasing it there in the corner against two Coast players. He twists and turns out, looks in front to Vrelnek, and out Vrelnek comes. So Vrelnek with 4 Ducks on him. Nice poke check there by the Coast defender, allowing Tish to go the other way.
Nice intercept by Trevor Lau.
There we go. So here's Goris here for the Coast. Off the wall. Just squirts out here, and here comes Tish. So here's Tish over the blue line. Winds up, bounces off the leg of Carpenter into the corner. Carpenter collects it, reverses it over to Leo, who gets that up to Vrelnek, just chips off the backhand, allowing Kulishev to get that deep. So Kulishev hard on Leo, lays the body, but Leo was able to get that over to Carpenter. So the Ducks will get that out now. No, they won't. Intercepted by Kulishev, who chips that back behind the net to Leo. So a lot of play, nothing in the center of the ice. It's all been on the outside in the neutral zone, but the Ducks not able to get out and get a clear breakout so far. So here comes Rye, but a great poke check there by Dawes. Still in front to Kulishev, shot in front and saved there by Davis.
And the first little bit of play, you've got to say, that's the Coast coming out pretty hard right from the face-off. They won the face-off, charged through and got that first little bit of momentum. The Ducks, again, that little bit of sluggishness first off. They didn't get any puck in the first 90 seconds down in the other end. It's all
That's
been
true. Well-
defensive and neutral zone.
While the Coast weren't able to get danger opportunities, they really snuffed out the breakout and didn't really give the Ducks much, and they were rewarded with a face-off here. So here's Dixon now chipping it, but kept in by Kopp. Chipped down by Webster, but out took for the Coast through Kopp, and he'll dump that down the ice, and Davis will come out to lead for Bennett. So here's Bennett for the Ducks, passing it over to McMahon. McMahon will take it behind his own net and just wait to avoid Hughes. He'll skate it out himself. He's got Webster. He chips it up looking for Dawes, but just out of the reach, allowing the Coast to collect and regroup here through their defensemen. So puck comes over to Costa, who sends that up, looking for Hughes, and with the puck going down the length of the ice, we've got a whistle there for icing.
Just to remind those of you that might not necessarily know the way icing works in the NHL rules is it's often misdescribed as a race to the face-off dots if the puck is shot by a defending team from behind their own red line, but in fact the linesman has to make a call as to who is going to get to the puck first, and the call must be made by the time they get to the face-off dot. It's a little bit of a technicality, but that's how that rule works.
And if you're watching, Craig, that one's for you. We're doing our best to make sure everyone learns. I know that's one of your big bugbears. So face-off won by the Coast. They get that out, and Hughes there battling hard with McMahon. The puck squirts out, and Gallagher collects it. Goris trying with the hit, but misses. Goris now picks it up for the Coast, gets it over to Costa there on the right wing. He curls, tries to backhand in front, but that's going to chip out and hit the netting, and we'll have a face-off there on the right side, or left side, sorry,
you
of
can see
Dane
the
Davis.
experience there of McMahon. Just shutting that one down as we have a little bit of a discussion about some of the finer points of funding of nuclear reactors, I think, there. Or possibly some physics.
No surprise that it's Ryan Bennett that's in the middle of that.
Yeah, he won't stand for anything. But due to Goris too is obviously going to stand his ground. If you are watching this too and you're seeing the jerseys and the socks in particular of the Coast, no, they're not all wearing duct tape. It's actually the grey of their socks. They do look a little bit like they've all got duct tape around their knees from a distance. But no, that's their socks.
I never saw that, but I guess I see where you come from. I actually quite like those unis, the green and the grey.
They do look good.
Looks like the Hartford Whalers from the old NHL, but here they are. So here's the Coast now in the corner. Robertson battling against two Coast players. Tisch with the puck now. So he takes it up off the half wall. Tried to find it over there for Hamadi, but there's a delayed penalty. So Monroe goes over to the bench. So we've got 6 attackers on for the Coast. Here's Goris sending it up to Costa. Costa with speed, beats Robertson, cuts in front, hauled down. And with the whistle now going, the question would be, are we having 1 or 2?
We'll wait to see on that one. The referee had his hand up, so we do get the opportunity for the Coast to pull a goalie and shove an extra player on, which temporarily gave them a small advantage.
Yeah, there we go.
It is
Troy Robertson's getting
having a break.
Yeah, he's getting 2 for interference, and he's getting 2 for tripping. So he'll be getting 4 minutes, and we'll have a double minor. So we'll have a 5-on-4 for 4 minutes, which is probably lucky because had it been someone else, it would have been a 5-on-3, right?
Yep.
So here we go.
This is the Coast's first opportunity to really get a score, and it goes straight back to Davis, who just swallows it up and chews up 5 seconds.
So that was the speed there of Costa, just able to get past Robertson, and was trying to curl and use his body to cut into the inside, but just got tripped, which gives the Coast this power play opportunity. So not able to get it out. Ruth collects it, gets it over to Kuleshov. Kuleshov comes in, looks in front, shot, save, shot again, and another save. That was Kuleshov to Kuleshov, and that was deflected in, but 2 great saves by Davis keeps this at a 0-0 game. So here come the Coast through Rye. Rye, back over, shot from the point, goes into the corner. McMahon will get there first, and he'll whip that all the way down the ice, forcing Monroe to come out and collect. Vrolnek first duck down there. He's there challenging on to Ruth, but Ruth circles it back over to Kuleshov. So here's Kuleshov. Dimitri here with the puck, collects it, sends it up onto the half wall there. And he'll reverse that there to Dmitry Kuleshov. So here come the Hamadi for the Coast. Hamadi with shot, looking for the 5-hole, but a great save there by Davis. Hamadi will collect it now. He's got Ruth on the point, and he finds him. Ruth walks the line, sends it over, shot, just wide. Hamadi will collect that here on the half wall for the Coast. He reverses that behind the net, looking for Costa, but McMahon able to get there first, and he'll send that down the length of the ice.
Carpenter there was just caught a little bit late on that back check, and that exposed a bit of a 2-on-1 opportunity earlier. We'll need to keep an eye on that and not get too aggressive on the penalty kill.
So that was the Coast trying to get it up quickly, but Webster was able to collect, and here's Dawes with the interception. Big Dawes trying to walk past Goris, but the puck falls into the corner, and he lays the body there. So here come the Coast now through Tish. He's coming here on the left-hand wing, cuts in, shot, but nice job by Stringer just to, stick check that and force a fan shot there. But the Coast still with it. It squirts out into the neutral zone here, into the slot, and Dawes will clear that down the rest of the ice.
Just buying themselves a little bit more time as they run the clock down. 2 minutes and 15 to go on the power play. They've had a couple of shots so far, the Coast.
Yeah, so 12 seconds left on the first minor, and here's Goris over the blue line. He collects, sends that on net, and Dane Davis will cover that up, and we'll have a face-off here to his right.
Just another bit of experience there, Davis. He was a little bit slower in that first save he did earlier on. It's just a little bit slow to get back to his feet. Maybe just needs a little bit more warm-up, but I'm pretty sure he'll be warm by now. He's had a few shots on him now. That's now 5 by the Coast in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, so Dane Davis here, 5 saves, 5 shots, 5 saves. Face-off, 1 there by Cutter. Bennett sends that around, but that's kept in there on the point by Ruth. Over to Kulishev, chips back out to Dmitry Kulishev, getting checked there by Cutter, but the puck squirts out on the half wall for Dmitry. So Dmitry Kulishev now takes that behind the net, sends in front, and a one-timer by Ivan, and that puck was saved there by Dane Davis.
So that bit of a signature move that the Coast have is cutting in through traffic in front of the slot, getting going from a high slot to a low slot position with quite a lot of rapid puck movement. We've already seen Tish do it once so far. They do it quite well. The Ducks back there in numbers and shutting down that option, but they've got to keep an eye on that. He's pretty good at it.
So that was just Tish and Costa having a little chat over who would take the face off, and Costa's decided to take that one up against Webster. So let's see how that goes. Webster's been so great the last few games in the face-off dot, and I think that's what's really driven a lot of the offense here for the Ducks. So Webster against Costa, but Costa wins it. So Goris now gets it over to Harmati. Harmati with a shot, rebound. Oh, and that just missed by Tish, who had a gaping net after the initial save there by Davis. So it's still with the Coast now behind the net. Sends that back up to Harmati, or with the shot over to Tish. Shot, save there by Davis. So here comes Hayden Dawes for the Ducks with the first minor done for Robertson. So we've got 1 minute and 15 seconds left in his second minor penalty. They try to regroup that, but Dawes gets there first, chips it up to Webster, but a nice stick check there by Stranad. So here comes Costa, cuts in, shot. Oh, but a great job by Carpenter just to push the puck off his stick. It squirts out now for Costa, but he's not able to get a shot as Stringer was able to poke that. And here come the Ducks through Webster. He cuts in, passes over to Stringer, but Costa got back and was able to intercept the puck there for the Coast.
That miss by Tish earlier will cost the Coast dearly. He'll be ruining that one.
That's for sure. Just hopped over his stick. So with 39 seconds left in the double minor, the Coast have it deep with their captain in Rye. So Rye now here with the puck. Stick check there by Stringer and sent down the rest of the ice by Liam Webster.
Less than 30 seconds now to go on the penalty kill as the Coast with their last move for this particular power play as that they come.
So here's Ruth now, drops the puck for Kulishev. Kulishev being washed by Tashuma. He walks around him. So here comes Kulishev on the right wing, cuts in front, again shot. Nice save there by Davis.
There's another example of that little move they're using to just try and sneak the puck through the defenseman. They're using that a lot, just putting it into the slot and then chasing it. It's quite an effective move, and it's identified as a fairly common attack profile that the Coast are running.
It's a little toe drag and then trying to get that quick shot. I mean, I think Austin Matthews has made that famous really in the NHL as quick release. But the Ducks have been pretty good with their sticks and able to poke that off a lot here in the faceoff. So here comes Hector Vrelnek over the line, takes it wide. Stick check there by Kopp. And as you mentioned, Troy Robertson goes straight to the bench and Todd Cutter will come out of the net. So the puck gets back to McMahon with a shot right into the chest of Munro.
And that's actually the second shot on the net for the Ducks in the first 7 minutes of this game, to 10 from the Coast. A couple there that they were ruining. There was some wide open nets that they just found on or managed to miss the puck entirely, which will cost them dearly in these games. You just can't afford to miss those gaping opportunities, especially early on in the game when it can set the tempo.
Down with a goal like Dane Davis, he stops quite a lot of the puck. I mean, same with down the other end. I'm really interested to see this goalie battle. We got two of the best in the Pacific League going head-to-head with one another tonight. So here come the Coast. Tish is going to get there first, but he's being chased by Vrelnek. Tish with speed, still with it, shot, scores! There you go! Tish, quick into the zone, snaps that one. Far side there over the blocker of Dane Davis, and we've got a 1-0 hockey game.
He will make the argument that makes up for his miss earlier. Great little move. The Ducks are a little bit sluggish. They ended up with a two defending on Tish and leaving the other Coast player wide open, streaking down the other side too, which would have left Davis in two minds as to which to cover. A little bit of a defensive error there from the Ducks.
Yeah.
But it's the first 10 minutes of the first game. We've seen this before.
Great shot. Great shot. Great speed by Ting, and he was just able to keep that out of the reach of Vrolnik and the defender, and made no mistake when he made that shot. So we've got a lead here for the Coast, and the Ducks are forced to fight back here in the first period. So here comes Dawes over the blue line, cuts in front on the backhand, looks in front, shot, scores! And it took him only a few seconds. Dawes with the backhand pass into Dixon, and he puts the puck in the net, and we're all knotted up.
There's your battle of the goaltenders. 3 shots for one versus 10-1. So at the moment, the battle of the goaltenders going to Davis.
What a deft touch. Look at that by Dixon. Many would try to put that the other way, but that was just a deft touch to put in. Did he even get a touch on it, I'd ask? I think he did.
A subtle tickle.
Just a subtle one, eh? Yeah.
So that's the response they needed. Get it straight back. 12.5 minutes to play in the first period.
And that's an important one to look at just from that overhead, right? If you're watching at home, as I said, most people, when that comes through on the back end, will try to go the other way. But with Monroe pushing from left to right, it was the right play there just to keep it going in the direction that it was, because I think Monroe would have expected that to be going back to the left pad. But here we are, 1-1 game, and we're back to where it started. So here we go.
It is a young team from the Coast, and that first goal would have picked them up. See how they go now.
So here's Kulishev, dodges the check from Robertson, gets it on, but a save there by Davis. Puck comes up on the half wall. Our goal scorer Dixon drops it for Dawes. So big Dawes now being chased there by Rye. Gets it over to Webster. Shot. Rebound in front. And that's knocked into the corner there by Rye for Kulishev to pick up. So Kulishev takes it into his own corner. He'll skate out with speed, trying to get past Dawes, and he'll find Rye. So Rye dumps that into the corner, and Kopp will give chase. But Stringer will get there first, and he'll get that over to Koenig. So there's Alex Koenig battling hard there in the corner, and the puck squirts out there, and Gallagher will give chase. So the Coast are still with it, and here comes Hughes, takes it, dumps that around, but with no one there on the forecheck, that'll be easy for Corey Stringer to pick up and just send that up there for Tashuma. So Tashuma gets it out. Bolger walks in, just onside. He'll send that in for Hughes to give chase. So Hughes there in on Robertson. Robertson lays it over there for Koenig, and Koenig looking over there for Tashuma, but just intercepted there by the Coast player. But here comes Koenig again, over to Tashuma. He'll send that wide, and in goes Koenig. So Koenig will battle there behind. Coast get there first, gets it over to the half wall, but a great body laid on there by Tashuma allows the Ducks to regroup in the neutral zone and back to the D through the captain of McMahon. So McMahon over to Carpenter, Carpenter back to McMahon. McMahon has got Ruddle, and he'll find him. So there's Ruddle, and he'll chip that around for Hector Vrolnik to give chase. Vrolnik will get there first with Kopp. Nice little turn to keep it to his forehand. Sends it to Carpenter, shot, and that puck was blocked there by Cole Clark and allows the Coast to come out through Costa. So here's Costa with the shot. Saved there on the short side by Davis, and he'll cover up for a face-off.
The Ducks playing a much better brand of hockey than they did in the first 5 minutes. They're getting more control and more pressure. And you can just see that aggressive forecheck earlier by Schumer, cutting down that opportunity for the Coast to make a big counter-attack and just buying time for the Ducks to get settled in defence. He's doing that really well.
Yeah, I love Koenig and Tashuma together there. Yeah. They're just little firecrackers. They skate hard. They do the right thing. Those are the kind of players coaches love, right?
Yep, you bet.
And they've been rewarded the last few games, which has been good too, with that great goal with the two of them and Stringer last week. So here comes the Coast. Cuts in front, shot. Pad save there by Davis, and as he often does, no rebound. Yep. Covers up.
Covers it up beautifully. But just looking at the shots now, the shot clock on our scoring system a little slow to keep up. But we know the Ducks with about 4 shots for the goal, whereas the Coast have rattled on about 12 or 13 shots so far. It's quite a big ratio to them. Davis having a workout.
14-5.
Yep.
And I think, but I will say that Davis has done a good job, and the Ducks have done a good job of keeping those shots to the outside as well. So we'll see if that. I think Pat McMahon will be happy if the shots are the way they're coming. He knows their goaltender. He's big, positional, and can make those saves with minimal scoring danger with the rebounds. So
here comes the sort of thing you want when you're playing against a team like the Rampage.
Sure. So here comes Costa. Nice move to speed. Pass it over to Tish. Shot. Rebound comes in. It's still loose, and that was chipped out there by Carpenter out into the neutral zone. And Hamadi for the Coast will get back there first and have chase. He's got Goris slapping his stick for it, and he finds him. Goris looking in front, but intercepted there by Webster. Collected by Hamadi, who just gets out of the way from from Webster, and he'll chip that into the far corner. McMahon for the Ducks will get there first. He'll regroup that over into the far corner there for Carpenter. He'll just stand behind the net and wait for his team to change and allow for the breakout. So there's McMahon over for Dixon. Nice little move to get around Rye. So Dixon over the blue line, drops it there for Webster. Tried to get it to the forehand, but went into the corner there. But Dixon's battling hard there now with Kulishev. Coast win it, and that's sent up onto the half wall, and Webster does a great job there to intercept in front. Dixon! Oh, and just shoots it wide, but still with the Ducks, and that's Webster getting it back to Bennett. Bennett over to Robinson, who shoots it, and that just goes wide and squirts into the corner. Bennett pinches, gets there first with Rye, and able to get that deep. And he follows that puck and lays the body there, battling behind the net. And it comes out now here, and just out of the blue line, forcing Dawes to regroup here in his own zone. Pressured there. Puck now with trickles in on Monroe, and Monroe will cover that up. And Bennett just make sure he gets there first with the goalie, just to let him know he's there, right?
We're going to see one of the first. We haven't seen many of these yet. A Ducks attacking zone face-off. They've been a little bit sluggish on those face-offs so far. We'll see what patterns they run and how the Ducks, how the Coast try and shut it down. As if they can win this one, then they get good quality shots on.
So here we go, face-off. One there by the Coast, but a nice job by Stringer to keep it in. So Stringer finds Gallagher over to Koenig, and he gets that down to the corner. He'll circle back on the half wall, send it back to the D in Stringer. Stringer looking for Koenig, but intercepted there by the Coast, but not able to get that out. So Stringer using his big body to keep it in. Koenig now backhands it over to Tashuma. Tashuma now battling, gets it back to Koenig. So Koenig on the half wall, wine shot, saved there by Monroe, and into the corner now for Tashuma. Tashuma was looking for Koenig, but a great job by the Coast there to intercept and force that into the corner, and they'll clear it out to the neutral zone, but only as far as Stringer. So Stringer for the Ducks passes it over to Carpenter, sends it up for Koenig, who will circle back into his own zone. He's got time now, and he looks up for Carpenter, finds him, but he's forechecked there by Ransom. Now with Koenig, but Kopp intercepts that and sends that down the length of the ice, and as that wasn't over the red line, we'll come back into the Coast zone for a face-off after an icing whistle.
You're not aware of the other rule that relates to icing. If you're the defensive team and you are called for icing, you're not allowed to make a change. So there will be some Coast players now who would be pretty keen to get off the ice, who will be stuck on at least for the first stanza until they can clear the puck out and get a change.
So out here for the Ducks, we've got Vrolnik, Ruddle, and Cutter, and Vrolnik wins that back, and Bennett collects, sending it over to McMahon. So McMahon just trying to send that deep. Ruddle will collect now, and he'll send that behind the net for Vrolnik, but intercepted there by Ransom, and he gets that out of the zone, which will allow a couple of his teammates to change. And puck squirted up here for Ruddle. So Ruddle trying to take advantage of the change there by the Coast. Vrolnik drops it for him. Ruddle here on the wall, intercepted there by the Coast, and that gets sent down there for Costa. Costa beats out the icing for the Coast. He circles in the corner, sends it for Tish, shot, but that just goes wide. Ryan Ruddle now for the Ducks will collect. He was looking cross ice for Cutter, but that was intercepted there by Stranad. So here comes Stranad over the blue line, brings it to the forehand, looks in front for Costa, shot, saved there by Davis, and that goes out into the netting for a face-off. And just on that entry, we have Jeff Kunt there calling a penalty on Ryan Ruddle for a slash. So if we look back there you go. We just saw it, just as Stranad sent that in for Costa. There was a little slash there by Ruddle, and we'll go back to the power play for the Coast.
What we're seeing now is the Coast are finding their rhythm. Tish with a couple of really good shots and combining well with Strata.
That's for sure. So here's Tish facing off against Webster. Tish wins it back. So here's Costa for the Coast on the point, sends it over there for Goris. Center of the point here. He walks in, sends it back over to Costa. Costa, the backhand over to Stranad, who walks on the half wall, tried to find Costa, but that's intercepted by Dawes. So here come the Ducks. Dawes, one-on-one on Goris. He's just going to send that high onto the chest of Monroe. We'll send it over there for Goris to collect. So the Coast now through Goris, entering the zone with speed. He's being chased by 3 Ducks, but he uses his speed to get it out. Tries to cut it in front. There's Tish now with it. So Tish circling. He's now there at the point. He tries to send that around Dawes and collects his own little pass there. Nice little sauce over to Costa. Shot. Saved there by Davis. So nice little puck movement there by the Coast.
They're doing a good job of moving it around. And Tish dangerous when he gets the puck. He's quite happy to draw the penalty the penalty killers to him, and then deke around them.
Yeah, he did a nice little loose puck deke here, right in front of us actually, where he was able to draw it, just a little sauce to himself, right? Just chip it past the Ducks defender there, and then was able to pick it up and go cross ice to Costa. But as Dane Davis often does, made a big save. So here's Vrelnik winning the puck on the half wall there for the Ducks, and he'll send that deep and force Monroe to pick that puck out. Monroe leaves it there for Kulishev, and he'll skate it out himself, and he sends it there. So there we go. Here comes Kulishev. Kulishev's shot. Save there by Davis. And what a defensive play there by the captain of the Ducks, who was able to lift the stick of young Ivan Kulishev, who was in all alone after a great pass there from his brother.
Watching this game really closely, you can see that the Costa is setting up for those stretch passes a lot, trying to get past and behind the Ducks defense.
There we go. So Costa battling with Carpenter. Carpenter knocks Costa down. And he twists, turns. He's being battled by Costa again. And the puck comes out through Vrelnik over to Cutter. So Cutter sends that deep onto Monroe. We'll pass that over there for Kulishev. He'll take that behind his own net, forces him wide, and here he comes. So Kulishev with speed out of the zone. He's got Rye with him. So Kulishev to the backhand, tried to find Rye, but the puck squirts into the corner. Kulishev picks it up, finds Rye now behind the net. So here's Rye in front for Kulishev, and Dane Davis just pushing off the net there, not intentionally, but pushing his leg off and came off the moorings, but he was able to cover that up.
Got to make yourself as wide as you can, haven't you, at that point, Gossie, just in case you spill it. At least you've got a pad in front of anything that comes down low. The Coast doing a good job of trying to get those dirty pucks and rebounds. So far the Ducks have been able to contain it.
Yeah, so
we've got power play will be over pretty much on the drop of the puck, or very shortly afterwards.
Yeah,
shouldn't be long now.
So let's just quicker on here. Remember, Tish and Costa have been connecting quite well. So Costa gets it over to Goris. Back to Costa, one-timer. Blocked there by Gallagher. So nice block there by Gallagher, but the Coast still have it. Costa there on the point. Finds Goris. Winds. Sends it down for Tish. Tish back to Goris. One-timer. Glove save by Dane Davis. So great puck movement there by the Coast. But, Dane Davis was able to see that all the way, and he snared that one out of the air.
I think Tish might have missed a bit of an opportunity there. He went for pass when he had a pretty good opportunity for a one-timer shot. That's where Ovechkin scores a lot of goals from. So, yeah, maybe he should have shot there instead. It's easy to say.
Face off here to the left of Davis, and Ryan Rudd will be out in 3 seconds. The puck squirts back to the Coast. That goes down deep into the corner. There's Bennett now, sends it up, looking for Ruddle, but intercepted by the Coast. There to Costa, comes in front, but a great job by Robertson just to send that into the corner, and that got deflected out in play. And we'll have a face-off again there to the right of Dane Davis.
It's been a very energetic first period so far with 5 minutes left to play. 10 shots to the Coast, now the Ducks up to 9. For the shot count we're seeing on the two score systems, we've got on agreeing with each other.
Officials just having a quick chat behind the net, making sure that was deflected out and not shot straight out by Robertson. But they've concurred that it was a deflection. There'll be no penalty there for the Ducks defender. So face-off won by the Ducks. It comes out now here to the aforementioned Robertson. He has it, sends it up for Koenig, who puts it up to Gallagher. So Gallagher over the blue line, takes a shot, saved by Monroe. Gallagher gets a Koenig now, sends it in front, but another kick save there by Monroe. So here's Costa for the Coast, sending it up on the half wall for Stranad, who then sends it up back to Costa. Costa now over the blue line, being washed by Bennett, able to just get around him. But Koenig comes back to support. But Costa now with the puck, finds Stranad, walks into the slot, shot, blocker saved there by Dane Davis. So Bennett now being chased hard by Costa, and the Coast now still with the puck through Stranad. So Stranad there with Koenig, not able to get it out, and that's Goris. Nice block there by Tashuma, who tried to get around Goris, but Goris used his big frame and allowed his partner there in Harmati to collect the puck. So the Coast now will just allow their forwards to change. That's Goris behind his own net, and he'll send that up there for Ransom. So here comes Ransom now over the blue line, looking, sends in front, shot, saved there by Davis. So that was a nice little play there by Ransom, Carl. He sent that in the front for Bolger, but Ducks were close on him, and really he didn't get a great shot.
Yeah, they've started to shut down those stretch passes. They do need to watch them on the penalty and the power play, so the Coast doing a good job of just sneaking in behind and putting that pressure on the Ducks defence. have to keep watching what's going on behind them, because the Coast are moving around a lot through the neutral zone and even into the attacking zone.
So
when they're
face off
defending.
won by the Coast. There's Bolger, but Carpenter collects. He sends it up to Webster. So Webster then feeds it over to Dawes. Dawes here on the left wing takes it, tries to curl it in front. There's Dixon, shot, and that just goes wide. The Coast pick it up there on the half wall. They're forced to circle back behind their own net, and that's Bolger. So Bolger now chips it up there for Hughes, who just gets it out, and Bolger keeps going, and he gets the body laid there by Webster just to tie him up enough to allow him not to get a break, and we have a save there by Davis.
Davis certainly will be warm by now. I often say that it's the goalies that can make a huge difference in these games, and it's certainly the case. In the case of the two goalies we have at the moment, Davis, match winner, and also to Thomas Munro.
Yeah, well, 22 shots by the Coast already. So plenty of action for the Ducks netminder. But the Coast have it now, and they're going to circle that back over to Rye. He's going to cycle that down for Kulishev, but that was intercepted by Vrelnik. So Vrelnik skating out himself, being chased there by the Coast, forcing him to regroup over to Carpenter. Carpenter, nice little stretch pass over to Ruddle that just went off his stick and into the corner. So Ruddle will go in and chase that, being battled there by Ruth. But Ruddle doing a great job to force Ruth to really try to win that puck, but he does. So out come the Coast through Ruth. He skates it into the neutral zone. He's got three. It's 3-on-3. He drops it there for Kulishev. Kulishev walking in. Nice little toe drag shot. Hits that wide, and Vrelnik able to keep that out. But the Coast through Rye. Nice little job to fight back. Gets that to Kulishev, but Stringer able to poke that out. So here comes Ruddle. He's got Stringer with him, but he's going to take it himself. Drop it there for Cutter. Cutter now on the backhand. He takes it into the corner, curls, sends it back up to Ruddle. Ruddle will regroup that down into the cycle, down behind the net, and Vrelnik will chase it far into that corner. Squirts out, though, here for Rye. Rye now finds Kulishev. So here comes Kulishev, 1-on-2. Takes it to the backhand, brings it in front, save their shot, scores! Ivan Kulishev, or Dmitry Kulishev, with the goal on the rebound. He was 1-on-2, was able to protect it, get the first shot saved by Davis, but he pat the rebound there on the short side. We got a 2-1 hockey game.
A little bit of luck too, but you need that. They just deflected off the bottom of Davis's pad for the second bite at it.
But that's those second and third efforts, right? Look at that. He was able to keep watching the puck, and while Davis made the first one, Kulishev kept his eye on it and was able to squirt that in. So great goal there by Dmitry.
Michael McMahon a little bit disappointed with himself there. I think he thought he had it all tied up. He dropped his head a little bit. I'm sure he'll pick that up now, and you can see him there applying that check, but not quite able to force the young Coast player out wide enough.
Well, early on, I mean, we've seen it. The Coast, they definitely have the speed, and they've beat the Ducks a few times there on the outside and able to curl in. Last time ended with a penalty to Robertson, and this time it was a goal in the back of the net. So let's see how the Ducks deal with that throughout the rest of this game. So here the Ducks, McMahon in their own zone, sends that forward to Shuma, who chips it over there for Lindell. So Lindell getting that deep, comes out to the half wall, and the Coast able to circle that and get that over to Stranad. So Stranad now gets the puck. He takes that in over the red line, cuts in on himself. So there's Stranad on the backhand, drops it there for Costa, who looked back for Stranad, but that was intercepted there by McMahon. McMahon sends that out, just missed there by Cole Clark, and that's going to wave off the icing. So the Coast have the puck in their own zone. First one in for the Ducks is Dawes, and he intercepts it. So here's Dawes in the slot for Webster, back to Dawes, scores! What a play! Hayden Dawes intercepts the puck and give and go with Liam Webster, and we've got another tie game. That was a beautiful passing play there by the Ducks. No chance for Munro.
Munro had to go to that that first pass and cut off the option, and of course that opens up the other side of the net, and there's just nothing at all he can do there. It comes back to Dawes, and Dawes makes no mistake in that situation.
Yeah, but that was all great forecheck. Started with Dawes, sent it over to Webster, and Munro's got to respect the shot. Liam Webster, he can bury the puck himself, but Webster with the poise to send that back over to Dawes, and he made no mistake. So just like the first one, a quick response there by the Ducks. So Coast not able to keep the lead for any time really so far here.
So under a minute to go now in the first. It's 23 shots to the Coast and 13 to the Ducks, but it's all tied up at 2-2.
So the Coast send that deep, and the icing's waved off. So Carpenter being chased there hard by Sayers. regroups that there for Webster. So Webster in his own zone, looking for Dawes, hits him in the skate, but Stringer able to get there first. He chips that forward, and here comes Dawes now in the corner. He'll collect that. He's got Dixon crashing the net, and he's got Stringer there on the point. He's going to hold it there as we got 4 players battling hard. Puck now comes out, and Tashuma gets it, or Dixon, gets it, drops it there for Webster. He curls, tried to get a shot away, but that gets deflected behind the net. Dawes chips it in front, it's loose! Oh, and the whistle there goes by the official there in the corner, and we'll have a face-off despite the puck squirting out.
13.8 seconds to play in this period. Can the Ducks take advantage of this last face-off?
And there's some of the, these guys have all played with one another. If you watch on this one, the puck comes out, and Webster and Monroe, they know each other quite well. And you see Webster just gives him a little tap and says, "You got lucky there, mate."
There's always a little bit of luck in hockey, especially when the puck's bubbling around.
That's for sure.
In the close slot.
So 13 minutes left here in the first. Face-off won by the Ducks. Puck comes back to Stringer. Shot deflected by Webster, but that just goes wide. The Coast will collect it. Tried to send it out for Strinad, but that was collected there by Carpenter and sent over to Stringer, and that will do it. And we'll end the period 2-2.
And so at the end of the first period, the Coast and the Melbourne Ducks two goals apiece. Shots, however, the Coast dominating the shot clock at the moment with 23 shots on the net to Melbourne Ducks' 15. But in the battle of the goalies at the moment, the Ducks ahead a little bit on statistics because Davis has made a few more saves. We're going to be cutting over, I think, to an interview in just a moment where we'll have one of the Ducks players spoken to briefly after the game. So in the meantime, Gossie, your thoughts on that first period?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a pretty even game so far. The Coast, as we spoke about, used quite a lot of speed going down at the end. They were able to get the lead twice, right? But they were only able to hold the lead for a combined, I think, about minute and 5 seconds. So Ducks were able to answer, which is very interesting. That goes back to some of that stuff we were talking about earlier. Younger team,
yep.
What can they do when they get the lead? But really kudos to Pat McMahon, and he'd be happy with his team the way that they'd be able to respond after those 2 goals.
Well, also just having a little bit of look at the stats at the moment. I mean, it's easy to say that a team can be a bit of a one-line wonder. The Coast, all their goals so far were from assisted by Emil Goris, and it was Tish on the first one and Dmitry Kusilov on the second one, but it was that line that's scoring the goals. And to the same extent too, the Ducks with Dawes putting both of them away, in both cases assisted by Webster, but we know that Vrelnik and Ruddle and Cutter and so forth are going to combine as well. So I think just the extra firepower of the Ducks with the multiple dangerous lines, whereas it looks at the moment, Coast really with one line that's threatening and the other that's kind of making a few mistakes and just finding some opportunities. Obviously we'll see how that pans out. But that's kind of how it looks a little bit to me at the moment. I don't know what's happening with this interview, if it's going ahead or not. We haven't seen.
Yeah, Hayden Dawes just scores goals, eh?
Yep, he does.
He's a big.
He loves to do it.
He's a big boy, but I mean, he just scores goals. With those 2 there in the first period, he extends his lead there in the Pacific League scoring race, he's got what's that now? 13 or sorry. It was only the 1 goal. Apologies. The first one was by Dixon, assisted by Dawes.
Yep.
But still with that 1 goal there, and that was a great passing play by Webster. He gets 12 goals now here in 8 games played for himself, which is amazing. Really amazing.
Those statistics on their system are going to catch up in real time on us for the hockey site stuff. But if you are looking at this at home, you can get all the statistics on pacific.hockeysite.com. That's hockey site with a SY. te.com. Of course, you can find it with your favourite search engine as well. It looks like the interview is not going ahead, I think. Or
just when we're talking about the Coast though as well, Carl. I think Costa's had a really good game so far. He and Tish have connected quite well with some of those cross-seam passes there in the neutral zone, which was very evident in the double minor that was taken the 4-minute power play after that double minor by Robertson. But that save that was made by Davis on the Kuleshov to Kuleshov stretch pass. I have no idea how Ivan was left all alone on the blue line, but he got behind the Ducks. And I think it was actually McMahon who just was able to lift the stick a little bit on the back check. But Dmitry made a hell of a pass over to Ivan up there, and you know that stretch pass, we've seen that work a few times, especially over the last few weeks against or last week, sorry, against the Rampage. So Ducks just want to.
I suspect, Gossie, those two might have practiced a lot together when they were growing up.
I would
if
imagine.
they're not related, I'd be enormously surprised. The other thing that the Coast are doing particularly well is they are trying to sneak their forwards out behind the back of the Ducks. Quite often even circling around offside temporarily and just putting real defensive pressure on the Ducks even when the Ducks are in attack. So the defensemen not able to move up as high on the blue line as they'd like and keep that sustained pressure on the Coast. So they're getting those opportunities. They've also got that lovely little move. Tish has done it a few times of just that moving the puck through into the middle of the slot while he's coming around the outside and doing a particularly good job there of creating pressure on the slot, and they've been a little bit unlucky too. The Coast, a couple of open net that you really could argue that they'd be pretty unhappy they didn't go in, but that's what happens in hockey. Sometimes you fan on the easy ones and get the hard ones.
That's for sure. We're going to be having Ross there with it. We're going to cut to them now.
Here we are with Liam Webster after first period at 2-2. Liam, the Coast came out with a lot of pace and a bit of deja vu last week from a bit of a slow start from the Ducks.
Yeah, unfortunately, Saturday starts don't seem to be our greatest thing at the moment, but that's all right. Look, we held in there better this week. We're able to bounce back each time and tie them both up, so we can only, head in as far as we're concerned.
So a nice couple of replies and from a goal point of view, really pretty goals, I guess you'd say, versus scrappy, but however they go in, they go in.
It doesn't really matter as long as they're in the back of the net. It's no different on the scoreboard. So it's, hopefully we'll keep putting them in.
And the plan for this period?
Score more goals than them.
Good one. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, guys.
So there was Ross with Liam Webster just talking about the exploits through that first period break. And we're going to cut now to a little bit of a break while the ice cut's carried out. So we'll have a break for 5 minutes or so. And then we'll be back with, I think we're going to do some of the ice games and then period 2.
There we go. See you soon. Normie. So today we have Norman Yan here with the goalie gear. We've got Alice, and it's her 30th birthday tomorrow, so let's get a round of applause for Alice. Yeah, there we go. And we also have Gary and Liara. So you guys all know how this works, right? It's all the way around the circles, and the first one back here wins. Can we get a little cheer from the crowd for our duck scrambles? Yeah? Alrighty, so in the name of the Southern Lights, let's see who wins. On your marks, get set, go! Here we are, so Gary, he's got a quick lead. I think he was smart deciding to wear boots. But there he goes, spoke too soon. Norman might have a little advantage wearing the goalie gear, but he's going. He's got the nice little short step. So Norman Yan out to the quick lead, followed there by Alice Yan. Yeah, sorry. Alice there. So Alice slips and falls, and out comes Gary. So Gary behind by 2 lengths there to Norman Yan. Liara coming in third, and Alice there on the back. Gary picking up speed here on the corner, coming close to Norman. What is he going to do? Is he going to pass him or push him? And he falls! So Norman Yan still out in the lead. He's deciding to take a little bit of an extra speed, and here he goes. So Normie has the lead, and here he goes. There we go, coming out the back. So Alice, our birthday girl there, coming up hard there on Liara. We are able to go, and there's Quackers knocking out Yan, and out come the Giles brothers, or the Gibbs brothers. Here we go, Giles. So here comes young Tom and Will, who are getting in there and pressing hard. I think you guys should tackle the guy in first rather than the ones out there on the back. Nice shot, Quackers. But here comes Norman. So Norman Yan, who's led from the beginning, starting to have a little bit of a back there by Gary. Now, I must say, we got to give a round of applause for Gary. He's fallen the most, and he's able to still now come out. And there he goes again. Oh, I spoke too soon. So it's a tight race here. Oh, Gary pushes Norman, and Norman pushes him. Gary falls again. Here we go. We're down to the final stretch, and it's Gary and Norman. Gary slides, and he gets Gary with the lead. What a victory. That's a comeback story that we like to see. So let's hope, just like Gary, the Ducks are able to come back and win this game after being trailing there early in the first. So 2-2 game. That was an awesome job. Let's go, Alice. Let's go, Liara. Let's finish this one. Keep it going. And let's get a round of applause for our Southern Lights Duck Scramble, yeah? Let's go. Nice job. There we go, Gary. What do you say?
It was so good.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Let's get back to the action with the Ducks on the Coast coming up shortly.
welcome back everyone this evening to the Ice HQ Ice Rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, where we are being treated to a cracker this evening. The Melbourne Ducks tied 2-2 with the Coast down from Central Coast, New South Wales. Score, as we were expecting, would be close, but the Ducks down on shots to the Coast. Coast 23 shots, the Ducks with 15. And Dane Davis has had to do a fair bit of work to keep that down. Every time the Coast has scored, though, the Ducks have scored back within a fraction of time. Perhaps a little bit of a discipline issue with a young team from the Coast, whereas the more mature Ducks. We'll see what happens in the second. No team really established any ascendancy. Play was pretty even across that first period. And the young guys from the Coast doing particularly well. We've seen some really good, fast, aggressive moves. And they're doing a good job, too, of trying to sneak in behind the back of the Ducks' defence. They've done that on a number of occasions and had a couple of breakaways. And that's a bit of a characteristic of the way they played. They did that quite a bit over the last few games when they've played against Brisbane and also Adelaide. So the Ducks, no doubt, will have noticed that. And Pat McMahon will have had a bit of a word to the D to keep an eye on those wingers sneaking through behind them. Gossie, what do you think is going to happen in the second?
Yeah, I think, both teams now have had a chance to make a few adjustments in the room, right?
Yep.
And I'd be very surprised if we continue to see sort of this play where it's kind of all the opportunities kind of off the rush. I think what we've seen from the Ducks is that the few opportunities that they've been able to have come from a hard forecheck, and they were able to get a little bit of sustained pressure there at the end of the first period.
Yep. Towards the second half of that period, the momentum certainly did swing.
So I think Pat McMahon would just be saying, let's get the puck deep, let's force them to make those passes, because when they allowed the Coast to skate out, the Coast took the space, and then they could gain speed, and then when they had that speed going through the neutral zone and into the offensive zone, they were able to catch the Ducks flat-footed. But then that one time where, well, not one time, but one of the times where Dawes went with that forecheck, he was able to intercept that, send it over to Webster, and put the puck in the net, right? So I think
that's what they need to be doing. They need to be getting those long shots on, and for all of the skill of Thomas Munro, he does spit rebounds, and that's where those opportunities arrive. But if the Ducks let the Coast have any room, then they are a very, very dangerous team indeed. So they'll have to shut that down early, a bit more aggressive on the forecheck, prevent those players coming out with speed, and also watch that stretch pass in behind them.
So I think keys to the rest of the game, right? The Coast want to keep the game going quick, right?
Yep.
And the Ducks want to start playing hard and going with that forecheck. So let's see what happens. So here comes Vrilnik now. Here on the left wing, shot! Oh, what a save there by Munro. Puck comes out to the point. Bennett gets it, but that's knocked down the rest of the ice by Stranad. So McMahon here, the captain of the Ducks, collects it behind his own net. He now will skate that out here on the left. Passes that over there for Ruddle. Will take it and just get hit there by Goris, and out come the Coast here behind their net through Stranad. He'll drop that there for Goris, who will allow his team just to break out. He gets chased there by Vronek, but finds it over to Tish. Tish with a move, over there for Stranad. Stranad over the blue line, takes a shot, saved there by Davis, and that comes out into the corner. So McMahon shoots it up the half wall, intercepted there by Costa. Sends that through to the slot, and Bennett knocks down Stranad. Costa there first, gets it to the point in Goris, who takes a shot, and that goes out into the corner. McMahon will get there for the Ducks. He'll send it up off the half wall, and deflected there out by Cutter, but wasn't able to find Vronek. Vronek will hop off for a change now, and Bennett will collect it and send it over to his captain there in McMahon. So we got a new line out for the Ducks. Here's McMahon looking up for Dawes, not able to collect it, but he intercepts the puck now. Dawes over the blue line. Nice job by Goris to poke it out, but only as far as Bennett. Bennett sends it over to Webster, but just misses him, but Robertson will get there and send that out down into the Coast zone. So there's Goris sending it over to Harmati. The Coast have it in their own zone. Off the half wall looking for Rye, and that goes down the length of the ice, and with Corey Stringer galloping down, we'll have icing here to the left of Munro.
It's interesting to see what's happening there when the Coast bigger defensive players are down in the defensive zone. There's not quite such an aggressive forecheck. I mean, perhaps the Ducks a little bit less concerned about them skating it up with speed, but they've got a big physical presence.
So here we are, Webster facing off against Kuleshov. Kuleshov wins that, but Dawes gets there and lays the body. Dixon now behind the net. Great job there by Harmati. So here's Rye, still with the puck, squirts it out. Dixon has it. Dixon in front to Webster. Just not able to get a stick, and that goes out into the corner. But to the point now with Stringer, who takes a shot, deflected by Webster. Out to Dawes, shot. High and wide and out into the netting, and that was a great little opportunity there for Dawes, but not able to bury it.
Not quite able to clear it there when they needed to. They They had to collapse right back deep.
And look at this though. This
is
is the one that just misses the stick of Webster. But that was a great pass there by Dixon, and then it, as you said, came out to the point for.
Of course, we're seeing that in slow motion at real time. That was a pretty hard chance.
So face off there, won by Ransom, but Webster gets there first. So now the Coast sends it off the half wall, and here comes Ruth. So Ruth sends it cross ice over to Hughes. Hughes there in front, looking for. There we go, nice little save there by Davis. So he was looking there in front for Hughes, and that went straight there onto Davis, and he covered that up.
You can see the speed of those younger guys from the Coast, Hughes and Anderson, sorry, not Anderson, but certainly the younger Kutzelovs as well. Just the speed of those guys when they get those stretch passes, they've got to be so fast at getting shots on the net.
Yeah. So face-off here, won by the Coast. We've been pretty good on the face-off dot so far here in the game. The Coast get it down, but a nice poke check there by Carpenter. Comes out into the neutral zone, and Goris collects. He's got Hermati, but he'll send that over on the half wall over for Costa. Costa sends it across. Ducks get there first through Tashuma and get it out into the neutral zone, but only as far as Goris. He curls it back for Stranad, but a nice check there by Tashuma allows Carpenter to come up and send that back to the Coast zone. So here they come now through Costa, the Coast. Get it out there, still with Costa, into the slot, pass over to Stranad, curls, back over to the point. Here's Goris, fake shot, now has it, shots in, save there by Davis, and just out of the reach of Costa, and out come the Ducks. Costa, nice back check though, collects it and sends it deep himself. He takes a little bit of a tumble there, and the Ducks able to get it out through Koenig. So Koenig was looking for Gallagher, but that was intercepted by Goris, who's been all around the puck so far here early in this game. Ain't that right, Carl?
Yep, this Ducks line's been on for a while. They'd be looking for change.
So here's the puck deep. Rye was battling there with Carpenter. Puck comes out to Tashuma. He looks over there for Koenig. So here's Koenig over the blue line. He's got Gallagher. Koenig, backhand, but out comes Kuleshev. So here's Kuleshev there. Cutter, intercepted. Sends that over there to his defensive partner there in Drake. Drake sends it deep. And the Coast collect it now here. So here comes Carpenter. Off the half wall, sends it deep there for Monroe. But Monroe comes out and leaves that there for Cole Clark. Cutter was there on the half wall, and he intercepted it, getting back to Bennett, who takes a shot deflected. Nice save by Monroe. It's now in the slot. Ruddle with another shot, another save, scores! There we go! Hector Vrolnik. Monroe made maybe 3 or 4 saves there, but couldn't stop the last one by Hector Vrolnik on the rebound.
It's a beautiful setup from the point from the Ducks defense, firing it in and just creating that opportunity.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That was a hell of a save by Monroe to make on Ruddle, and you see that just kicked out, and Vrolnik was that. So he makes the first one, it comes out to Ruddle, makes another kick save, but that just kicks straight out to Vrolnik, who finds the back of the net.
Third one that goes in.
Yeah. Oh, can't ask for much more from your tender there. Vrolnik was just left all alone, and he needs to get covered there by one of the Coast defenders. So I think coach there for the Coast might have a word with some of the defenders there on that play. So here comes
with the first lead of the game.
Yeah, so here we go. Here come the Ducks. That's Vrolnik there with Bennett. Vrolnik gets it deep, but Ruth now collects there for the Coast. So he'll take that behind his own net and walk it out himself. Sends it on the half wall, but intercepted there by Vrolnik. Puck kept in by Bennett. Sends that behind the net. Cutter will chase there, but the Coast get it up through Sawyers. But there's McMahon able to keep it in. And here come now the Coast through Sayers. So Sayers sent it across, but Stringer collects and sends it back to McMahon. So the Ducks doing a good job of just negating any offensive push here from the Coast. They seem to be hitting their rhythm. Puck comes over to Webster, sends it in front, shot, scores! Liam Webster over to Hayden Dawes, and we see that connection again, and the Ducks are now sprung out to a 2-goal lead.
So we'll see this one in slow motion, but it's set up by a little bit of fancy footwork on the other side of the ice. The Ducks now a little bit with their confidence up. They're starting to get a little bit fancy and certainly that was a beautiful shot through Munro's 5-hole. Wasn't much you could do about it, but the setup to that was a beautiful piece of cross ice work.
Yeah, Ruddle over to Webster, and then Webster to Dawes. But if you look at Dawes, he uses his long reach, right? Watch this one. So he goes into the corner. He was the one that dropped it to Ruddle. And now look at this. He actually stays behind the defender, but puts his stick back and gets it in. Yep. Right? So he's able to use that long reach and make that one-timer. And so great job there by the leading goal scorer there for the Pacific League here early on. And here he is again. So Dawes is again. So Dawes tips it over to Dixon, who gets laid out there by Armati. Puck comes out now for Costa, but here come the Coast. There's 3 of them now. Costa with speed, hit there by Robertson. That was a little double wham. pick Costa into Dixon, but here comes Tish. Sends it over to Costa. Costa fans on the shot. Here they come now. Troy Robertson getting chased. Comes out to Goris. Comes out just past the blue line, and Hermati's like what he sees. He throws it in himself, skated in himself. Here's Costa on the half wall, tries a move, but couldn't fool Dawes. Hayden Dawes now here for the Ducks, winds up, takes a shot there in on Monroe, and that got deflected out into the netting. We'll have a face-off deep into the.
You're wondering why Dawes went to that speculator right from the line. That line was looking for a change. Not a bad rate at all. They've been already quite a while. They was very desperate for the back checking there, which is a real introduction to our home barn. Unfortunate post player who ended up with a double point. Those guys are pretty tired. They want to go there.
Here's Carpenter from the point shot. Saved there by Monroe.
Beautiful shot there through traffic. I'm not sure how Monroe saw it. It certainly wouldn't turn until the very last minute. There's a lot of traffic inside there. Beautiful goal, but just those low, hard shots are so hard for goalies to see and professionals.
As you said pregame, Carpenter just played a solid game. How well he is defensively, but sometimes as a defender, the less your name is set, the better, right? So shot there by the coast just goes wide, and there's Rintala who circles that out, but just not in there by Cobb. Forces the coast to regroup, but here's Tashuma. So Tashuma now over the blue line, just blocked there by Carpenter. Nice job by Carpenter, who gloves it down, finds Koenig, just dropped it there for Tashuma, but wasn't able to find him. So Carpenter now will send it back to Rintala. Shoot that off the half wall, or his goalie goes as far as goal. He'll send that deep, and Davis will collect it, and he'll try to rim that around himself, but only gets as far as the coast defender. So the coast here now, send it deep, but Carpenter will collect and send it up to Gallagher, just out of his reach, and the coast now will regroup. So, just does that, hit the skate there of the coast player. We'll have a offside. I think the Ducks. Costa getting back there first. We'll have a
tire on the way round.
Yeah.
The ice is slippery. So
you dare say
something like that, as we just saw in the race in the intermission, the first intermission there. The goalie almost won it in full goalie gear. But
actually, funnily enough, going back to that one, I don't think Norman fell down once. No, I think pretty good. Not like our winner Gary, who fell 4 or 5 times. That shows that it's all about effort, right? It doesn't matter if you're winning at the beginning. You got to keep that energy. And like you see here with the Ducks, they were down early, but now they've got a 2-goal lead. So here the coast through Tish recycles that down for Strenad, who looked in front for Costa, but gloved down there by Vrolnik. He chips it up to Cutter, who gets it out of the blue line, but Costa was able to get back there for the coast. He circled, but chipped there by Ruddle. And we got a little bit of a play here in the neutral zone. So the Coast will get it through, but not much support, and the Ducks there battling hard will get it out through Vrolnik. So Vrolnik sends it over to Cutter. Cutter will cross the blue line, but a nice job by Goris again to negate that scoring opportunity.
Goris with those good pieces of defensive work defending his blue line, but it does leave a bit of space open behind him. One player I've been particularly impressed by, is always dangerous when he gets the puck for the Coast, is Ruth. Whenever he gets anywhere near it, you always have a little bit of a flutter in your heart if you're a Ducks fan.
That's for sure. So here's Hermati now with the stretch pass, looking for Costa, but intercepted there by Webster. He crosses the blue line, finds Dixon, who sends it deep into the zone. Goris will get there first, and he gets hit hard there by Dixon in the corner, and now we've got a battle for the puck there. Puck comes out to the corner for Dixon. He's got it, sends it back to Webster, looks it in front, but nobody was in the slot, and out here comes Costa. So we've got 3 Coast players out. Costa with the puck, sends it deep. Strenad will get there first with the backhand, but that only will circle back, and the Ducks will get there first through Webster. He chips it up there for Stringer, who's looking for Dixon, but intercepted there by Kopp.
So Ducks a little bit lucky there that the Coast were pretty keen to get a change. They were a bit outnumbered on that previous rush.
Yeah, so Dixon gets it back for Robertson now, who looks for Webster. Webster is going to come in here on the blue line, being watched by Kopp. He'll stop up, send that on net, but a nice play there by Cole Clark to send that into the corner. The puck will come back out to Webster now, who shot it just off the shin there of Kulishev, and that went out of the rink, hit the netting, and we'll have a face-off to the right of Monroe.
Interesting to see what defensive patterns the Coast do here on their face-off. Where do they put their wingers for the rush up on a loss of the face-off, depending on how it goes here with Logan Gallagher taking the face-off, wins it back.
Here we go. And we've got another shift here for Lindell. So he's out here with Koenig and Gallagher. So here's Lindell, loses the puck there to Kuleshov, but Robertson collects it and sends that deep for Tashuma to give chase. So Tashuma now sends it deep. Lindell will get there first for the Ducks. Lindell behind the net, looks in front for Gallagher, but not able to get that on net. So Lindell now on the half wall sends it over to Robertson, just out of his reach, and that'll come out. So we got a foot race. Robertson will get there first. He's being watched by Kuleshov, looking for Gallagher, intercepted there by Dimitri. So Dimitri gets it up to brother Ivan. Robertson lays the body on him, and the puck comes out for Cole Clark. Chipped there, but only as far as the chest of Stringer, who now gallops into the offensive zone. Stringer walks around, in, shot, save, rebound. Nice save there by Monroe. So here's now Carpenter, sends it, looking there for the Ducks player Lindell, but intercepted by Rye. So Rye will send that nice little stick there by Stringer, and two Ducks collide, allowing Kuleshov to get the shot. That squirted right out there into the slot, but Tashuma was able to collect for the Ducks and negate that dangerous opportunity.
He's having a fantastic game, Shuma. He's everywhere he needs to be. He's cleaning up the mess when it happens.
So there's the Coast sending it, looking for Ransom, but the Ducks will collect there through Robertson. Head up all the way, finds Vrolnik, who then sends it over to Ruddle. So Ryan Ruddle now drops for Vrolnik. Vrolnik takes it wide, cuts it to the forehand, but a nice poke check there. Vrolnik will collect it again, though, and couldn't quite get it back there for Drake, and that just will force him out into his own zone. He sends it over to Cutter, who now chips that up to Vrolnik. Nice job to kick that up to his stick. Vrolnik leaves it over to Ruddle. Great poke check there by the Coast. So here comes Sawyers there on the left wing shot. Blocker save there by Davis. The Coast still with it now through Stranad. He's going in on 4 Ducks, still with it is Stranad, still with it, but that gets picked up through Ruddle. He sends it over to Vrolnik. They've been out for a while, but Vrolnik will carry it in and shoot that in on net, and Monroe forced to collect that and have a face-off, and that'll allow the Ducks forwards to have a change.
Vrolnik running into 2 Coast players at once on a double check, which it looks kind of spectacular, but it doesn't mean there's a free player floating around. If they do that too often, they're going to double team. Then Vrolnik knows that because he's so dangerous, that frees up one of his other line mates to get into the slot and really just capitalise on those rebounds when they pop up.
So while the Coast got off to an early shot lead, I think it was 21-5 at one point, the Ducks, the ice has definitely tilted the Ducks' way, and now we're up to 29 shots to 25. So here's Webster, deep for Dixon. Could have probably shot that from the point, but decided to send it in. So the puck comes out now. Goris, nice little backhand up to Costa. Costa with speed, trying to get around McMahon. He does shot. That goes high and wide. We'll circle around for Dawes to battle hard there in the corner. So Dawes lays the body on the Coast. Puck squirts out behind them. And there's Webster now who collects it and sends it up off the half wall. Dixon will get it. He's got Dawes through the center. But nice little switch there. Puck goes off the skate of Tish into the neutral zone there for Hamadi, but not able to get it out as Webster able to collect it, but here comes Costa. So Costa, nice little stretch pass there for Tish, drops it to Stranad, there to Costa, just not able to one-time that, but that was a great little passing play by those 3 forwards there for the Coast, who have looked the most dangerous so far here this period for the Coast team.
A little bit of luck there too for both teams with pucks bouncing friendly styles for both their attacks. Now we have a bad situation.
So here's Kuleshov. There's 3 Coast. Kuleshov on the right wing. Pass in front there. Rai not able to put that into the net. And Stringer will collect it now here and send that down the length of the ice. But with Kopp getting back there, there'll be no icing. He sends that over there for Cole Clark, who chips it up for Kuleshov. Off the skate of Stringer, and puck gets chipped in deep. But McMahon now will collect here for the Ducks. Curled out, kept in there by the Coast, who sends the puck in deep. So nice little play here by the Coast. They've had a few good scoring opportunities, but not able to find the net as they're still here down by 2.
One thing that's sort of become a little bit more apparent in this second period is the Coast have started trying to fire individual goals from a distance rather than going in for those rebounds. They're doing a lot more high shots on Davis, and he's pretty good with his hands. They've got to get down low and get rebounds if they're going to pounce on those opportunities and get sustained pressure.
Would definitely agree on that one. So icing waved off, so Stringer will get there, being chased there by Kuleshov. He reverses that there for Robertson. who collects it in the far corner, and he'll send that up there for Cutter. So Cutter's got Ruddle, but he finds Vrolnik, who now chips it over to Ruddle. So Ruddle here on the left wing stops, looks in front for Cutter, comes out there for Carpenter, sends it over to Robertson, but Kuleshov pokes that there onto the half wall. Robertson gets that first and sends it deep. Vrolnik had a look, and he's going to chip that over there for Cutter. But a great job there by Ransom, but he can only get it as far as Robertson there on the half wall, who sends that back deep. Vrolnik with a nice stick check there on Robertson now comes out with the puck. He's got Ruddle on the point, but not able to find him, and Kuleshov will send that down the length of the ice, and with it going down all the way, we'll have an icing there. And
we'll have a bunch of Coast players who are looking for a change. Sorry, boys, you're going to have to stay on. 17 there for the Coast. He was pretty keen to get off the ice, and he's been, sorry, matey, you are staying on the ice, and that's Stuart Cole-Clark. He's second in the big ones.
So I think here with Vrolnik with the face-off, I'd be looking at Ruddle there, sending it back to Carpenter with maybe a shot. But the face-off won by the Coast, and here's Cole-Clark with it. Rims it up on the half wall, but kept in there by the Ducks player. Finally with Kuleshov, he sends that down the length of the ice, but it won't go all the way as Rintala was being chased there by a Coast player. He had to reverse that there for his winger. So out comes Carpenter, who sends that down, but Kopp intercepts that here for the Coast, who looks for Bolger, but that now does go down the length of the ice, and we will have a icing, and the puck will come down for another face-off here in the Coast zone.
So the Coast have been very competitive in their face-off so far. The Ducks certainly not with it all their own way. It is such an important thing, especially when you've got a face-off deep in your attacking or defensive zone, that you get that early puck. Those little individual battles are being won across the ice mostly by the Ducks, but they've got to win more face-offs if they're going to really dominate this game.
So we go face-off, win by Webster, and that's Dixon who was able to get a shot on. He sends it up for Rintala, who winds up with a shot. Oh, and an absolute rocket from Rintala there. Just a nice save there by Monroe, and that goes out into the icing. So Rintala after that comes off, and he and Carpenter will change, and Ryan Bennett and McMahon will come on.
He's doing a little bit of ice play with Rintala, a couple of weeks ago here on the ice, and I can tell you that shot of his is an absolute Exocet missile. It moves like you would not believe.
So just from the Ducks bench in the first period, there about midway through the first, Trevor Leo was just on the bench without his helmet on, and we haven't seen him come back here for the second. So there'll be one player down here for the Ducks. So here's McMahon, chips in front, but a great save by Monroe. He was looking for the slot. That was intercepted by Costa, but it comes out there for Dawes. But a shot high and wide will allow the Coast to get that out. And he with Costa now there on the left wing. So Costa deep in the Duck zone, battling hard. Puck comes out for Stranad. He's got Harmati at the point here, but a great job there by Tish to keep that. He reverses that behind the net for Costa. Costa gets it back to Goris. Goris with a shot, save, rebound. And I have no idea how Stranad missed that one, but the Ducks netminder Davis will be counting his blessings there. But some great offensive pressure here by the Coast. Puck comes out, but Goris not able now here to keep it in, so he'll have to regroup in his own zone. He's got a chasing Dixon. He finds a nice little seam pass there over to Costa. Costa looking over for Tish, just behind him, and Gallagher will be able to keep that out. Nice poke check there by Bennett to find Dawes, who now reverses that over to Gallagher. Gallagher on the near ball, in front there, and Webster not able to put that on. So Dawes will get there, reverse it here for Webster. And with a little battle there in the corner, we've got a whistle.
And with 4.5 minutes to go in the second period, we've got a 4-2 lead to the Ducks. And shots on the net at the moment, 25-29 in favour of the Coast. But the Coast now, for a little bit of time during that period, the Coast were a bit, perhaps a little bit optimistic with their shots, and they've started getting those low shots and rebounds now, and that's giving them more opportunities.
So here's Lindahl taking the face-off for the Ducks against Kuleshov. Lindahl wins it forward, and he chases there on Ruth. Ruth now gets it out into the corner, and Rye, the captain of the Coast, will get there and battle hard there with two Ducks. So Lindell and Gallagher there battling against Rye. Puck comes out through Ruth, who gloves it over there to Kuleshov, and Kuleshov sends that far over for Rye. So Rye now collects it here in the offensive zone, stops up on the half wall, squirts it back there for Ruth. Ruth kicks it up to his stick, still with it, Ruth in the corner. He's got Kuleshov in front of the net, and Ruth still with it. He's also got Dimitri there on the point. So puck comes out to Dimitri, who sends that deep, looking for Ivan, but the Ducks collect it through Koenig there. Dimitri Kuleshov now with the puck, though. Takes it to his backhand now, stops as Stringer stands up on him. Davis comes out, drops it there for Robertson, who curls behind his own net. So out come the Ducks. Here we are. Troy Robertson over the red line. Comes in. Winds up. Takes a shot. Saved there by Monroe. Puck's loose. Poke check there by Kulishev. Finds his teammate there in cross. But he has only able to curl that back. And we have this great forecheck that we talked about from the Ducks. Carpenter not able to keep that in. And here comes Costa. So Costa over the blue line. Off the skate there of Vrolnek. And the Ducks will finally get that out through or Carpenter. He'll have to actually curl back there. So here's Carpenter up on the half wall over to Vrolnek, who finds Ruddle. So Ruddle in shot, blocker save there by Monroe. So here come the Coast through Sayers, who's just forced to send that off the half wall. Had a little bit more time than he thought. And with that whistle, we've got Todd Cutter, who's going into the penalty box for the Ducks, and he'll be going for 2 minutes for interference.
I'm not quite sure exactly what that one was caused by. There's been a lot of incidental skaters interfering with each other, just kind of getting in their way throughout the game, and I think that's the first time anyone's actually been pinged for it in this game. So perhaps a little inconsistent. Shots now up 29-30 for the Ducks to the Coast.
So I think Costa's been the most dangerous offensive player for the Coast. You know, he's been really using his speed, and last time they were on the power play, him and Tish connected quite well on those cross teams. So there's Goris now, gets it deep to Hamadi. He's got Tish, sends a shot, saved there by Davis, and goes into the corner. So that's Tish now sending it back for Goris, who sends it over to Costa. Costa wine shot, blocker saved by Davis, puck's loose, Hamadi with it, but hit there by Carpenter. So puck now comes out, winds up for Goris, scores! There we are. So we've got a power play goal with Emil Goris putting the puck in the net, and we've got a 4-3 hockey game.
It was a good piece of pressure and control by the Coast, moving the puck around a lot and a lot of shots on in a short period of time. And saying, Gossie,
yeah, look at this one. So
sometimes
Tish just gets it, and
yep.
what a rocket.
Bit of traffic in the way.
Yeah.
Davis not really able to see where it was coming.
Yeah, it comes up. That's just a hell of a shot. Down low there on the short side.
Just above the flat.
Not much you can
below
do.
the blocker. So beautiful shot.
Yeah.
And it certainly had some heat on it as well. So we have a 3-2 hockey game now with just a couple of moments left to go in the second period.
It was bound to happen, right? 4 straight penalties to the Ducks. You keep giving this Coast team those power play opportunities, and they were bound to get one in.
Tell story. Give them oxygen and they can breathe. They've got 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the second period.
So here we are. I mean, it's been pretty even. I mean, the Ducks, as you know, scored those 2 really quick ones. I think they were about a minute 4 seconds apart. And now with the Coast able to half that deficit, be interesting end to our game. So puck.
The Coast have always played well in their first game of 2-game series. We're not really surprised by how well they're playing today. They've got great speed, and we can see that. They've got a lot of those young guys, and they are just rockets around the ice.
Yeah, I think what was interesting on that power play, too, is actually the player Harmadi, right? So he was actually playing up forward, and he was the one that was able to battle hard behind the net and get that over, which ultimately ended up with Goris taking that one-timer into the net. So here's Webster facing off against Tish as the Coast go back to the same 5 skaters that were out there for the power play. So face-off won there by Tish. Goris will rim it around over for Strenad. Nice little pinch by Bennett, and he wins the puck. Puck comes out behind, out in front for Dawes. He's got McMahon behind him, so here comes Dawes. He'll reverse that over there for Dixon. He'll send that deep for Webster. So Webster behind the net now, on his forehand. He's got McMahon at the point, and he finds him. McMahon winds up, shot, just goes wide, but Dixon able to collect that. So Dixon, twisting and turning, gets it back to McMahon, who winds, takes a shot, blocked there by Strenad. So out come the Coast through Strenad. He's over the blue line now. Nice job there by McMahon to separate the puck, but Mikey Tish collects it. Comes out now here, just out of the reach of Dawes, will allow Costa to regroup that down for Harmadi. Harmadi looking for Costa, just out of his reach, finds Bennett. And that puck kept in there by Costa. So here's Costa in. Pass across, and just fanning on it was Rye after an amazing pass there by Costa.
Yeah, beautiful piece of play. A little bit unlucky there at the Coast, but they've had a couple of occasions where they've just fanned on some opportunities they really need to capitalise on. The puck going out off Bennett, and we will have a defensive zone.
Let's have it. If we have a replay of that, that was a great play. So the Coast were able to keep that in on the blue line, and then yeah, Costa just able to get that over there for Ryan. Just missed him. Yeah, here
they've
it
had a
is.
couple of them where they've been a bit unlucky, and if that goes the other way, then that massively changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah. So here we go. So face-off win by the Ducks. Here's Stringer now, collecting it and skating it out. He sends that off the wall, kept in by Ryan. He'll send that deep for Robertson to collect behind his own net. So here come the Ducks now through Troy Robertson, having a look, has his team breaking out and sends it and finds Tashuma. Chips it into the neutral zone, and Koenig gives a chase, and intercepted there by Stringer. So Stringer gallops in, drops for Koenig, shot, blocked there by, comes out there. So here comes Gallagher. Gallagher over to Robertson. Robertson now on the near point, sends a shot off a foot, and out here to Gallagher now on the half wall. So Gallagher sends it deep for Koenig. Koenig back to Gallagher. Gallagher winds up, shot off the stick there of Ryan. Out come the Coast through Kuleshov. So Kuleshov coming out there on the near side, takes it to the backhand, takes a shot and saved there by Davis, and that's it for period 2.
And so at the end of the second period, we have the Melbourne Ducks 4 to the Coast 3. 2-1 in that period, as we have a minor discussion about some of the finer points of, I think, quantum mechanics there on the ice, but no escalation. And so shots on the net so far for the Coast 33 to 30 for the Ducks. So a bit of a perler there. We've had some opportunities by both teams missed in that period. The Coast missed a couple of that they'd be thinking should have gone. And so too the Ducks, an opportunity just in that last 30 seconds where there was a loose puck in the slot. They weren't quite able to put that one away either when, again, it looked like it was a good opportunity to stick the puck in the net. So that's the way hockey goes. You get these pivotal moments, and sometimes it goes in, and oftentimes it doesn't. And that's just the way the biscuit cracks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, much like we talked about before the period 2, right? I think when you look at the success of the Coast, it's really that speed, and it's really Costa and Goris. They're the two, able to get through it, and obviously the two Kuleshov brothers as well doing quite well. And the Ducks, they were at their best when they were forechecking hard, battling and cycling that puck and allowing it to squirt out to the point. But really kudos to the Coast players. They came out, especially here on the far side here in front of us here on the broadcast booth. The Ducks had plenty of shots that were blocked by sticks of the Coast. So with a 1-goal game, really it's anyone's game. The Ducks able to score 2 quick ones to come out to a quick 2-goal lead, but the Coast with that power play goal able to have the deficit, and it really could be anyone.
Yeah, the young guys certainly not getting rattled by the situation. What the Coast are doing particularly well, they've got very much an Adelaide style rapid attack of those fast players getting around through the back of the Ducks attack, which they're going to need to be aware of. I'm not sure if we're cutting over to an interview in just a moment. We're just waiting for that to get set up, because there's some more shenanigans going on the ice, but certainly a fascinating period so far. It looks like we're not having an interview yet. We may get one, but in the meantime, there's going to be another little game on the ice. But the really interesting thing too, I think, watching the way the Coast are playing, is they do have that very effective high-speed movement of their players, Ruth and Tash. Sorry, not Tash. Mike Tish and Rye. They're just so quick, and they do it particularly well, getting in behind the Ducks defensemen, and every time they get near the puck, it's always dangerous. Statistics always don't tell the whole story. The Coast are ahead on shots, as we mentioned earlier, 33 to the Ducks 30, but that never tells the full story. And we're just going to watch what's going on in the middle of the ice at the moment. Obviously, we've got a bizarre, demented tug of war going on. And obviously, you guys can see it on the live feed. The competition goal is to try and get 3 balls in, or 2 balls, it looks like, in the bucket. And the players wearing shoes, not skates.
Knock Norman down. So this is a new strategy. We haven't seen this one yet. Norman decides to kick the ball high and wide. So this is a little different, but we'll see if it works out for Norman. Alrighty. So this is classic physics. Let's see if Norman can pull Gary all the way back. Because I mean, this is the direction that Gary wants to go, right? He's happy for Norman to bring him closer to the bucket. What do you think, Gary? Are you going to go for the win? Alrighty, so Gary, this is it. You've got the last chance. If you don't get this in the next 5 seconds, it will be game over. And Gary able to drop it, and we've got the win. So 2-0. Gary wins the second challenge, and we'll get you guys to jump off the ice so we can have an ice cut. Let's go, fans.
What's up, guys? This is Matt Watson coming to you from Ice HQ Melbourne inside Tony the Transport. When I finished packing for this year-long adventure here down under and only had this much luggage, I assumed that I had forgotten something important, like an anti-venom for a snake bite, or a spider bite, or a bite of Vegemite. Man, that stuff's gross. Turns out that important item that I should have brought but didn't was a pair of hockey skates. That's right, you heard me correctly, hockey skates. Never in a million years did I think that by moving to Australia and living in a van, I would fulfill my lifelong dream of playing for a league hockey team. But that is exactly what happened, and stick around to the end of the video, you'll even get to see my very first and so far only goal.
What's comedy? What? You got some comedy? Huh? You wanted comedy? It's bad. What's in comedy?
Now, I'm well aware that being a Canadian in Australia, saying that I joined a ice hockey team to any Aussie I meet makes me a walking stereotype. How's it going, eh? What's great about hockey is that we get nose jobs without ever having to go to the hospital. Buddy, I'll fight a kangaroo if he drops his gloves. Yet, for some reason, despite being from the capital city of Canada, I played my first ever official league hockey game right here in Australia. If this ever gets back to our Prime Minister, Justin Bieber, oh man, he's gonna chop off my Justin Trudeau. This, my friends, is Ice HQ, home of the Melbourne Ducks and one of 2 arenas in this city. Yes, there are hockey rinks here in Australia, so stop being so darn ignorant. Seriously though, before joining this team, I didn't think there was ice here either. I discovered this incredible league when a fellow player came to one of my Melbourne Comedy Festival shows and invited me. And I was like, dude, just because I'm from Canada doesn't mean that I play ice hockey. Seriously though, how much is it? One of the biggest deterrents for getting into this sport for most people is the financial investment it takes to get all of the gear needed to play. In fact, that's the main reason why I didn't get to play growing up. Yet, for this particular community, not owning a single piece of hockey equipment isn't a problem. Included within your league registration fee for joining Ice HQ C2 Adult Development Team, which is incredibly reasonably priced for the record, and that's saying something coming from me. I live in a van. The rink will provide you with absolutely everything you need to play, from the helmet on your head to the skates on your feet, and it can be borrowed before every game thanks to the head organizer Jane and her incredible commitment to everything involving this community. Then her equally passionate partner, Coach Carl, harnesses her labor of love, teaching every player the ins and outs of the good old hockey game, never losing his patience no matter how many times he's got to explain offside. Now, despite never playing an official ice hockey game in my life, I was pretty confident going in there, having watched the Toronto Maple Leafs play all season long. So I got my locker room excited to a 10 by saying I was Canadian, and then didn't live up to the hype. What an absolute blast that was. I've played organized sports my entire life, and I'm here to tell you that this particular community is something special. I don't care where you're from. If you're involved with ice hockey in Australia, then you're darn passionate about this sport. Not only are all their games streamed on the Ice HQ YouTube channel, which I will link on the screen and the description below, but after playing only 3 games, I already feel a part of a family. One that sticks around to watch their peers play the next game, or gathers upstairs to watch a stream of the Melbourne Ducks all together, and gifts equipment from one player to another, including a brand spanking new pair of mitts from Coach Carl, guaranteeing I'll never get in a fight because these beauties are just too cozy to drop. So if you're in Victoria, Australia, and you want to play hockey, regardless of your financial situation or your skating ability, and even if you cheer for the Montreal Canadiens, you're welcome here at Ice HQ. And from this van-dwelling Canadian comedian in particular, thank you for making my dream come true. Hey, you beautiful person, by watching this video, you are already supporting me, so thank you so much for doing that. If you want to go a little bit extra, it's super easy, and you can feel great about yourself because it helps me out a ton. Just give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then just send it to a friend. Be like, check this guy out, he is hilarious. I've also got the Ice HQ YouTube channel linked over here if you want to see this crazy Canadian try to play hockey here in Australia. But that is it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next week.
And welcome back, everyone, to Ice HQ Ice Rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia. Round 5, Game 1 of the Pacific Hockey League clash between the Ducks, the Melbourne Ducks that is, and the Central Coast, the Coast. The score currently 3 goals to the Ducks, 2 to the Coast. For shots on the net, 33 to the Coast to 30 to the Ducks. So the Coast ahead on the shot. Not an unfamiliar situation for them. They have struggled in previous games with converting their opportunities, but they have had plenty tonight. And as we were expecting, as we spoke about in the pre-game talk, that the Coast much better than their position on the ladder would suggest. They're bottom on the ladder, but they're not playing like a bottom ladder team. Although there are 4 teams in the Pacific, so it's not a particularly big spread. But certainly a particularly good game for them. We've seen some really good attacking, aggressive play, and some great opportunities for them too. So with a few different puck drops, it could have gone the other way so far. And my name's Carl Brewer. I'm again joined by Anton Goss. And Gossy, your thoughts on the third period? What are we going to see?
Yeah, so tight game. I think looking at the Ducks, they're being led by Hayden Dawes, 2 goals again so far tonight. He's up to 3 points, 2 goals and an assist, and Liam Webster as well with 3 points. But for the Coast, we mentioned obviously Tish with a goal, but really being driven by one of their defenders there, and Emil Goris. He's up to 3 points, and no more important than that power play goal there late in the second to bring this to a 1-goal game here for the third. So it's what we all wanted. We got a great game coming up, and we're just getting a little fun being made there from Jeff Klink, making fun of me for not having a tie. A
little bit informal in the
a little slightly more informal than usual, you know. But it was cold last week. I had to wear the sweater instead.
We'll keep the cameras out of the commentary box. It's just fine. No one needs to see us. I am wearing pants.
Yeah. So here we go. Third period, and face-off won there by Tish for the Coast. So Harmati sends that deep. Bennett will get there, but chased hard by the Czech player in Stranad. So Stranad is from the Czech Republic and doesn't speak much English, but he's working on it. That's what I've been told by Coach here there in the pregame. So here's the Ducks here with McMahon, sends it deep for Bennett. Bennett sends it up for Vrolnik. Vrolnik there, tried to get it around Tish and does. So here comes Ruddle there on the near wall. Poke check, but not able to get it out. And that was Vrolnik trying to find Bennett, but Coast able to intercept. So here's Goris, the 3-point player here for the Coast, sending it there in a long shoot-in on Davis. And he'll leave that there for Bennett to collect and get it up for Cutter. So Kuleshev, poke checks it away, sidesteps a check there by Bennett, and battles hard there for Webster. Finds it into the corner for Rye. Puck squirts out, and Hayden Dawes collects here in the neutral zone. So hit Dawes and Ruddle. Back to Dawes with a shot, but off the stick there of Costa, and that goes high into the netting. And we'll have a face-off here.
With a tremendously effective little, just half toe drag that he pops the puck in, and quite often manages to fire a puck between the defender's legs when they're not ready to take a goalie by surprise. But that time, probably a little bit of a deflection.
That's for sure. So here we go. So we've got the line that's been doing a lot of damage here so far. Webster, Dixon, and Dawes. Here for the Ducks, facing off against Rye, facing off against Kuleshev, who's out there with Rye and Costa. So Kuleshev with the puck here, in the near wing, tries to walk inside on Robertson, who lays out Kuleshev. Puck comes out there, and we're gonna have 2 minutes here for Robertson, as Jeff Klink there is just saying he got a little bit high on the young Coast player there. So we'll have another power play. 2 minutes for roughing. Last power play, obviously, puck went in the net. And that's the 5th straight penalty here for the Ducks. So this is what the Coast would want. They'll send out that same 5-man unit that was successful on the last power play. What they do is they actually have Harmati, who goes up and plays there high in the zone, and they send usually Costa and Goris there on the point. So Costa will take the face-off against Webster, and Webster wins it. Dawes collects it and sends that deep.
I was trying to put it into orbit. He fired that clearance so high, we thought it was going to hit some of the stage lights.
So Goris just mishandles it, which allows Dawes to get there, but he was only able to get that as far as Tish. So here comes Tish over the blue line, on the half wall curling, takes a shot but misses, but it comes out for Goris. Sends it over to Costa. Costa over to Tish. Tish now battling with 2 Ducks. able to get it deep there for Stranad. Stranad cycles the puck around. Webster will get there first and send that down the length of the ice, just out of the reach there of Costa.
It's running down more precious seconds on the power play.
So great start here by the Ducks to kill 30 seconds off. The Coast regroup there through Tish. So Tish in his own zone, walks in through the middle. Still with it is Tish, crosses the red line, and he'll send that on a cross-ice dump. The Carpenter will get there, just fans on the clearance, but it might work, but it doesn't. So here's Costa, sends it over to Kulishev. Fake shot now into the glove of Dane Davis, and there the boys behind the net, slapping the glass, because their netminder just made another hell of a save.
Some good zone protection there too, the Ducks coming across, and really the only option on that shot was from a pretty poor angle, and Davis was always going to save that.
That's for sure. So here we go. We got the young guys out here. So we got Ivan Kulishev out here with Rye and Costa, with Dmitry Kulishev here on the point there with Ruth. So here's Ruth now, sends it down for Rye. He takes it on the half wall, looks in front. Puck squirts out there for Ruddle. Ruddle will just collect it and send that deep down and force the Coast to go back and regroup this in their own zone.
20 seconds left on the power play.
So to say that the Ducks have done a good penalty kill they have so far, there's never really been any true dangerous opportunities for the Coast. But with these players out here, they could at least create something out of nothing. So here's Dmitry Kulishev curling back. Stick check there by Vrolnek. He's battling there, so Vrolnek's still with it. He gets laid down, and Robertson here wants the penalty, but Vrolnek's still with it, twisting and turning, and he'll come back into the neutral zone and regroup to kill off a few more seconds here on the penalty. So Gallagher now with it, sends it deep into the zone. Dmitry Kulishev will be the first one back here for the Coast. So Kulishev now hit hard there by Ruddle. Ruddle battling, and the puck now squirts out for Rye. So that's it with 3 seconds here left on the penalty. Out comes Troy Robertson, and the Ducks have killed off a very important penalty kill just there.
McMahon there, a little bit lucky just cutting off that stretch pass to Kulishev.
So intercepted there by Kulishev. He sends that deep. Out comes Davis, but he'll leave it there for his captain. So out comes here McMahon, who sends the puck high for Tashuma to chase. That's going to go down the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing and a face-off here to the left.
McMahon might have just got away there. No, it looks like I think Stringer. No, Carpenter got away with a little bit of a sneaky change there, just getting off the ice before the icing was called. So he's made his change.
I'm not sure if you see just behind Coach Kurtig out there, but there's Trevor Leo cooking all off. I don't know I didn't see what happened, but I'd be interesting to see what kind of an injury he's facing here so far in the game, and hopefully he's not out long. So here's Stringer, able to get the puck out. Gallagher was looking for Tashuma, but intercepted there by Tish. Tish looking for Stranad, misses him, and that goes down the length of the ice, and we'll have another icing.
It's in this third period that the individual battles and the face-offs become so critical. The time pressure really starts to get on. The Ducks only with a 1-goal lead, and as we know, that's not nearly enough, especially against a team with the speed that we've seen from the Coast in the breakouts. If they get behind the Ducks' defensive line, Davis has a real job to do, and there's been a couple of times when that has happened.
So we've seen this a lot by McMahon sending Webster, Dawes, and Dixon out in offensive zone face-offs, but Tish is able to win that much-needed face-off, but that's iced again by Hermani, but waved off. So that's exactly what the Coast need. It's going to allow their defense to change, and Davis shoots that up and straight out into the netting, and he's going to get 2 minutes for delay a game.
So that particular rule, if you're not aware of it, if a defensive player plays the puck out of play in their own defensive zone and it results in a restart, then the team gets a 2-minute delay the game penalty, and in the case of a goalie, the goalie doesn't have to sit it. So,
so Dixon,
Ducks sending Dixon over. Is that Dixon coming across?
Yeah,
to
Dixon's
sit the 2 minutes. So the Ducks with another penalty to kill. They've got to stop doing. They've got to stop with these silly penalties.
That's also like not necessarily like a bench minor where they could send anyone. That one had to be one of the players that was on the ice. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a silly penalty. They've given away far too many this game.
Six straight now, I believe this is, and the number one power play unit out here for the Coast. So this is Costa facing off against Dixon, and Costa will win that, but out of the reach of Tish, and that's as good as a clearance there for the Ducks. So Tish here for the Coast, using his speed, and he's got quite a bit of it there. Still with it, Tish, but a nice pinch there by McMahon, who now will collect the puck and send that deep. Monroe comes out there for the Coast.
The Ducks need to be careful with that super aggressive penalty kill. If they get dispossessed, they've got a real problem.
Yeah, so here's Tish now, trying to walk in on McMahon. Still with it is Tish. He's here on the far point, sending it deep there for his teammate. So the puck there, Stranad sends it behind for Hermati. But McMahon collects it and gets it not out. So Goris keeps it in, and we know how important he's been so far for the game. 3 points already. Walks, sends it deep for Stranad. Stranad with a shot, saved by Dixon, not able to cover it. And it comes out only as far as Costa. Costa back to Goris. Back on the half wall to Costa. Costa back over for Goris, but just out of the reach, and that will come out. And Dawes just telling Webster, go for a change, mate. This is your chance. So Goris kicks it up over to Costa. Costa with speed here on the left. Curls in front, save there by Davis. So nice little move by Costa, but a great save there by Davis as Costa was looking to go between the pads there.
And that's just that lethal speed that those guys have when they get around the Ducks defence. They can just, if they've got that run up and that speed on them, they're just going around them. And they're a little bit lucky to get away with that. I think the Ducks.
Yeah.
A little bit of a
Having a little chat here. Harmati's saying you have to wait for someone to touch the puck. And the Ducks are saying, well, if that was an intentional face-off, an intentional offside, it should go down the other way, right? But Crowther is just going to drop the puck here. The players can talk as much as they want, but they're not often going to change the mind of the officials, right?
I don't think I can say that.
So there's a face-off, one forward by Vrelnik, but a nice job there by Rye to collect it. So Rye sends it up there for Costa, but Robertson collects, and the puck will finally squirt out there by Ruddle. So Ruth being chased hard there by Vrelnik, still with Vrelnik, and Vrelnik wins the puck, but off the skate of the official, and I think Vrelnik's a little upset on that one, but nothing you can do there. So
got about 20 seconds to go on this. Yet another Ducks penalty.
Yeah, so puck comes out from Monroe, who left for Costa, but a great forecheck by Vrelnik. Kuleshov, though, still with it. Now sends it over to Costa. Puck comes back there for Dmitry Kuleshov, and he'll send that over now for himself, actually. So Dmitry Kuleshov still with it, with speed into the zone. Gets it into the corner, but won there by Robertson. Puck gets reversed. Stringer will get there first, or no, it'll actually squirt out to Vrelnik. Vrelnik tried to chip it off the wall, but a great job there by Costa. And Rye not able to win the battle there against Stringer, and the puck goes down the length of the ice, and Ruth will collect it there for the Coast. So here come the Coast now. Costa, nice job by Dixon, who came out of the box. Dixon drops it for Gallagher, shot! Holy moly, what a goalie! Tom Monroe with a glove save on a great opportunity there for the Ducks.
That's why Monroe is rated so highly as a goalie. That was a beautiful shot
what
under
a
a lot of
pass.
pressure.
That was a hell of a
Great shot.
pass by Dixon.
Yep, beautiful shot across ice, and Monroe just flashed the glove, and there it was.
Yeah.
Beautiful save.
Let's see that again on the replay. Gorgeous. Alrighty, so here come the Coast. Ransom sends it over there for Hughes. Puck squirts out, though, by the Ducks, and there comes Tashuma. So Tashuma in. He's got it there on the half wall, waits for his teammates to get in, and he'll just circle it behind the net. Coast will get there first, though, but pinching is Bennett, and he'll get that down on the half wall, but not able to find it. There was Koenig. So McMahon sends it over to Bennett. He's got Gallagher in the slot, and he sends it over there for Koenig. Koenig drops it there for Tashuma. Tashuma kicks it up to his stick and sends it back to Gallagher, but nice little poke check there by Ransom forces Gallagher to go back to his defenseman and Bennett. Here's the captain now for the Ducks. Passes it up. Koenig over the line, but a great job there by Kopp. So here comes the Coast now. Saved there by Davis. Puck out there for Carpenter, but out now here with Koenig. So here comes Koenig, stopped by Hughes, sends it in, but that's Bolger forced to touch up to remain onside. So Bennett now with time, looks forward up for Tashuma. Tashuma evades the check by Costa and sends it over to Dawes. Dawes looks in front to Webster, kicks it to a stick, takes the shot, but another glove save there by Monroe.
Webster there with a bit of a, I'm not going to call it a nothing shot, but a time-consuming shot for him. I think he realised he didn't have many other options, and they were looking to complete a change. So not a bad safe play there, just to fire it at the goalie and force them to have to catch it. It gives you an opportunity for that face-off, which is a set play, and it's one of the few set plays you get in this game.
It's one of those as well. A couple centimeters lower, it hits a pad and maybe kicks out to Webster, right? And I think that's probably more of what Dawes was looking for. But here he is again, nice little job to evade Costa. Now with the shot, saved by Monroe, but the puck's loose. Oh, but the Coast were able to get there first, as Monroe thought he had it, but puck just dropped
Everyone
out of
thought
it.
he had it.
Yeah. So here's Goris. He gets laid out there by Webster. Costa able to find Stranad. So here comes Stranad here for the Coast, here on the far side. Shot! tried to find it short side, but just missed. And that's Rintala now battling hard there with Tish. Lays the body, but Tish still with it. Support there for Dawes. The puck still there in the corner. So we've got 4 players battling. Harmadi's here at the point, waiting for it to come back, and it finds him. So Harmadi now winds, passes over, shot by Goris, deflected, but just goes wide into the corner. So Dixon there battling with Tish. Dixon will go behind his net and collect it. Finds there, Carpenter does a great job there to shield the puck and find Webster. Webster evades the check. There's 3 Ducks now. Webster, pass over. Oh, great job by Harmadi to intercept that. Otherwise, Dixon was in. And here we go the other way. Tish winds, and we've got a unfortunate little penalty there as Goris is battling there hard with a Ducks player in the corner. But that's one that the coach of the Coast would be livid, as they were 3-on-1 down the other way.
The Ducks too just gave away a little bit of a golden opportunity there. We're just waiting a little bit too long on that pass on the 3-on-1. It's an easy thing to say here, of course, from the box. We can see it all in slow motion, and it happens in real time and tremendously quickly. But they'd be ruining that one. That was a 3-on-1, and so that's almost a guaranteed goal.
So my mistake.
No guarantees.
My mistake. It was Harmadi and not Goris. But again, you know, Liam Webster's not gonna stand down from anything. Each game, he's always in the thick of it, and we'll have coincidentals there. And we'll have 4-on-4 hockey.
So the penalty count, finally the Coast get one.
Yeah, but unfortunately so do the Ducks,
neutral,
right?
So it's a neutral, it makes no
So it'll be really interesting here, right? We spoke about all game that the speed of the Coast has been their greatest asset. So with a little bit of extra space here, they've sent out Dmitry and Ivan Kuleshov, and be interesting to see if they can use that extra time and space that will be afforded to them. So Ruth drops it back to Kuleshov, who sends it deep, but it looks like Stringer will get there first. But no, he does. So Ruth now battles, squirts out there for Vrilnik, where it comes now here to Robertson. So Robertson passes the puck up to Vrilnik, who's there on the near side, takes it wide. He's got Cutter in front. So Vrilnik circles, now to the point, cycles it down there for Stringer. Stringer looks in front, one-timer, but that puck there goes wide. Out comes there Kuleshov, but he only gets it as far as Stringer, who shields the puck, uses his side. He's got Cutter in the middle, and he's got Vrilnik behind him, but out come the Coast. So that was just out of the reach of Ivan Kuleshov. Robertson will get there first and chip it off, but here comes Dmitry. Dmitry Kuleshov didn't like what he saw, so he sent that back there for Costa. Kopp now with it in the Coast zone. Up there for Tish, just out of the reach, and that was Costa there actually making a great play not to touch the puck, as that would have been too many men. So McMahon now, the captain for the Ducks, in on the zone, takes it wide, curls in front, but no one there home for the Ducks, and Carpenter's forced there just to regroup it. So stick is loose there in the corner, and with the body laid there by Kopp without a stick on Ruddle, we'll have a penalty, and then the first Ducks power play here, as Kopp will go to the bench for I would imagine would be interference.
First one for the game for the Ducks, and this is Ducks' speciality. They've shown us just how effective they are in the PK throughout this game. They've had a lot of penalties and only the 1 goal scored against them, and now they finally get to put their power play into use, and they do spend a lot of time here training on it and working on it, and we know that it's a particularly effective
I'll tell you what though, right? So you look at the 2 players that the Coast are putting out, right? So they got Goris on D, but up forward they got Costa, and they got Tish. This reminds me very much of last week, right? Where they put out McTaggart and Sobchuk, and we got 2 goals there on the Saturday. So let's see what happens for the Ducks. They got to be cautious of those 2 players, especially Costa, who has the speed. But face-off win there by Dawes, and McMahon will now send it back to the big man here on the point. He sends a shot there. Dixon just couldn't get that in, and here comes Costa. So Costa has it, sending it deep, but Dawes forces that back for Goris to collect. So
let's
Goris,
not forget, it's also 3-on-4 at the moment.
Yep, that's for sure.
So even more different game.
So here's Tish. So Tish now, he's going to circle back with the extra space. He's just going to try to kill off some time. He's got 24 seconds left until both Webster and Harmadi come out. So McMahon now collects the puck in his own zone. He's being chased there by Tish, but reverses it over to Carpenter. So Carpenter's got plenty of space here now. He sends it up to Dawes, who's got Dixon. Dawes will take it himself, though. Drops it now for Dixon. Dixon in front. Dawes shot. Saved there by Monroe. Kicked over to Tish. So now it's a 5-on-4 as Webster and Harmadi both come out, and that comes right straight to the netting. And with the hand up, it looks like we're going to have a delay of game there for the player there, and that looks like that Tish. So Tish tried to clear it out, and that just right above us, you can see, went straight out, and we'll have a 5-on-3 power play here for the Melbourne Ducks.
That's certainly not what the Coast need at this point with less than 10 minutes to play in the game with a 1-goal deficit. They can't afford to make those sorts of mistakes. They've given the Ducks a golden opportunity now. It's very hard to defend 5-on-3. Ducks are going to get lots of shots.
So this line's been dangerous as well with Vrolnik, and he wins the face-off. So here's Ruddle back to Carpenter. Carpenter, middle of the ice here on the point. He's going to walk it into the corner and send that over to McMahon. McMahon over to Ruddle there on the near side. Shot in front. Saved there by Monroe. Vrolnik now has it on the half wall, sends it back there to McMahon. McMahon reverses it over to Carpenter. Carpenter walks in, sends it back to McMahon. Down to Ruddle, back to McMahon, and McMahon now has it. McMahon over to Vrolnik, in front there for Carpenter, shot, saved by Monroe. Puck goes into the corner for Ruddle. Ruddle now with it, he's got McMahon, and he finds him. So McMahon sends it to Vrolnik, shot, stop blocked there by Ruth, but Vrolnik will collect the rebound, tried to squirt in front, but out comes Kuleshov. So here comes Dmitry Kuleshov now, 1-on-2, sends that deep into the corner, he'll peel off. Nope, not for a change. He'll just stay back there with the two-man advantage. So Cutter now with it, drops it there for McMahon, and he'll take it in past the offset into the offensive zone. So McMahon now here sends a little pass behind the net for Cutter to give chase. Cutter in the corner. He's got Vrolnik, and Vrolnik now collects it and sends it there for Carpenter. Carpenter reverses it over to McMahon. McMahon with a shot deflected. Cutter saved by Monroe. What a poke check! Oh man, Monroe! What a poke check, and out comes Coppin in front for Carpenter. Blocked there by the Coast. So one of the penalties is now done there for the Coast, and we've got a 5-on-4 power play. But what a poke check there by Thomas Monroe to keep this a 1-goal hockey game. So a poke check there by the Coast forces the Ducks back. They're still on the power play here for another 30 seconds, and Vrolnik will take that in on the half wall. He'll reverse that, but hit hard there by the Coast. Puck squirts out here for Robertson. Robertson sends it over to Stringer. Stringer sends it deep there for Dawes. He'll leave it there for Dixon, and Vrolnik will win the puck, but out comes Costa. So Costa now with it, and with 10 seconds left here on the power play, that might be it. Costa takes Robertson wide, nice little loose puck deke, but a poke check there by Davis forces the puck into the corner, and with that, out comes Mike Tisch, and we have a 5-on-5 game once again. So Ducks not able to, what a spinorama by Dixon, out for Webster, shot into the netting. So Ducks not able to capitalize there, Carl, on the 5-on-3, and with just under 7 minutes remaining, the Coast are still in this.
They did a lot of puck movement,
Look at that,
but not a lot of player movement there on that 5-on-3. It's a little bit of a wasted opportunity.
Take a look at this though, right? Makes the first save, and then that rebound comes out. Look at that. Boom! Just comes across with the stick. What a save, Monroe.
Absolutely the right thing. But the Ducks possibly a little bit static with their power play. They didn't move enough through the net to really break up what was a very well organised Coast defence.
So here's Dixon, gets it back to Stringer, who sends it across for Troy Robertson. Troy Robertson sends it deep now, and Monroe is far out of the net, and Dawes tries to poke check it, but wasn't able to get it off Cole Clark there. So out come the Coast, and that was a stretch pass looking for Kuleshov, intercepted there by Robertson, but he takes it in offside.
Robertson having to watch that double watch behind him as well. The stretch pass from the wingers of the Coast really keeping the Ducks having to have eyes in the back of their head because they're looking for it. They've got a deficit of 3-4. Pretty soon they're going to need to start taking some more risks. They know they're down. They know they need to get at least one more goal quickly.
So here's another shift here for Lindell's out here with Tashuma and Gallagher, and Lindell wins that face-off back to his captain. And here Hugh sends it back with Bennett. Bennett looking over there for Tashuma, but off the stick of Sayers, and that goes out of the zone, and we'll have a face-off here in the Duck zone here.
So look for the Coast to start putting more players looking for stretch passes and trying to get behind the Ducks defence. They're going to play a more risky game of hockey now with only 6 minutes to go and a 1-goal deficit.
So Lindell facing off against Ransom. Lindell wins it. McMahon sends it over to Robertson and Bennett, who's looking for Lindell, but intercepted there by Ruth. So Ruth in, but a nice poke check there by the captain of the Ducks allows Lindell to come in the offensive zone. So Lindell chips it forward in for Gallagher, but not able to collect it, and Ransom now will have it here for the Coast. So Ransom sending it up there for Cross. Lindell comes out with it though for the Ducks. He's hit there by Cross again, and Sayers lays the body there on Bennett, and the puck comes out here for the Coast. So here's Cross pressuring the captain of the Ducks, who's able to find Gallagher, and in comes Lindell. So Lindell tried to go inside, outside on Ransom, but Ransom now with the puck, and he gets it out. Body hit hard there by Bennett. and the Ducks starting to get a little bit of that physicality. So Tashuma finds Bennett up there. Puck comes into the Coast zone, but with it now here is Costa. So Braden Costa with the puck, looking up there for Sayers, collected there by Stranad. Chip there for Braden Costa. So Costa up there for Goris. Goris into the corner. He's battling there with Carpenter, who lays the body in there. So Bennett goes, but Stranad will get there first. So 2 Coast players there. Puck comes out here now with Goris. Vrolnik collects it, battling. Where's the puck? It's with, it squirts out in front. So here's Ruddle able not to get it out. So Tish collects it. He's being chased there by Tashuma, but Tish will cycle the puck deep. Stranad trying to walk around Drake, but with Drake losing his stick and just trying to lay the body, trips him up, and we'll have a power play.
Been caught with his back leg poking out just a little bit. It looks like he might have possibly been pinged for lifting it. It's a bit of a close call, that one. It could have been an accident, but all the time it's yet another penalty for the Ducks. They just don't need it. It's costing them a lot of opportunities and giving the Coast a real chance to stay in this game. And with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, it's not what the Ducks need to maintain that lead.
And I think it's unfortunate for Drake. He hasn't had too many shifts, and that one just, unfortunate. But as you said, even if it's not on purpose, if you do trip him up, it's a penalty,
That's what
right?
you get done for.
So
the referee has little chance but to call it.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, there we go.
Just how it goes.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. But here we go. So Coast on the power play. Here's Rye on the half wall, battling there with Dawes. Puck comes out for Webster, and he'll send that down the length of the ice. So penalty kills being pretty good for the Ducks. I mean, they've let in that one power play goal. Power play goal to the Coast, but I mean, they've been in the box a lot tonight. So let's see, though, the Coast, they be hoping through Goris to create some magic here. So out comes Hamadi, and Goris will drop that there for Costa. So with speed here over the blue line, Costa's got it. He's got on the half wall and drops there for Goris. Back to Costa. Costa looking. He's being challenged there by Vrolnik, and Vrolnik now wins it. He has it, sends it, but nice job by Goris to keep it in there on the near wall in front of the bench. Goris' shot, scores! Power play goal! Emil Goris, his second of the game, and the Coast have tied it up.
And with 1 minute into the power play, that's exactly what the Coast needed, and certainly what the Ducks were unhappy about. The trip was an accidental, but it doesn't matter if a player trips over another one. It's an automatic penalty.
So it looks like there was actually a deflection in front. So that wasn't Goris, and that was deflected there by Stranad, I believe. And the officials are just having a quick little communication here whether or not that was a high stick or not. The Ducks players believe it, but looking on the replay, it looked like that was under the bar, in my opinion.
Yep.
Can we get another look at that one? Let's take a look. So here we go in front. So it was actually Armadi, I believe, or Stranada. So here we go. Puck comes through. I mean, this might not be the angle. This will see who got it, but they're calling it a goal.
We can't see from that
Yeah,
angle.
this angle you'll see. Yeah, look, that's below. That's below.
Yeah.
So
Perfectly fair goal.
good goal there by the Coast. We talked about it. You keep
4-4.
creating to the penalty box. It was bound to happen. And a great point shot there by Goris, who's up to 4 points now. The Coast are back in this with 3 minutes left, or just under 4 minutes left in the game. So here's Corey Stringer now with the puck, sends it up to Ryan Ruddle. Ryan Ruddle now up to Vrolnik. So Vrolnik in, takes a slap shot, that goes wide, and Stringer's able to pinch and keep that in only momentarily though. So here comes Kuleshev. There's 2 of them. It's Kuleshev and Kuleshev, but Robertson, great job diving poke check to keep it in. Puck now squirts out for Ruddle. He's in, nice little move, but a poke check there by Kopp prevents any real opportunity. Off the skate of the linesman allows Ivan Kuleshev to collect it. He's got Rye with him. Puck comes back. Here's Dimitri. Dimitri shot. Pad save there by Davis, and all the Ducks could do was send that down the rest of the ice, and we'll have an icing.
So the Ducks now tired, and the ones which will be looking for a change but aren't able to with that clearance. The Coast have lifted their game in the last 30 seconds since that goal. They sense a victory here. It is 4-4, so it's not foregone by any conclusion. With just under 3 minutes to play, the Ducks will need to get back on.
It's been a relatively close game, but the Ducks have allowed the Coast back into it, right, with those penalties. But you can take nothing away from the Coast. They've battled hard, and they've negated They haven't given the Ducks much opportunities either. So here's Strnad sending it in front, intercepted here by Vrilnik. Vrilnik now looking for Ruddle, and he finds him. So Vrilnik now, Ruddle now just walks past the defender. Shot, nice save there by Monroe, but a juicy rebound collected there by Costa for the Coast. So Costa with speed now takes it through, and he's going. So there's 3 Coast players. Costa drops it for Tish. Shot saved there by Davis. Strnad now collects it. He's got Braden Costa at the point, but he'll send that back behind. Comes in front, intercepted there by Dixon. Shot there by Ruth, far into the corner. Costa here will collect it for the Coast. He'll take that behind the net. Webster's watching him. Costa still with it, sends it back for Ruth. Ruth takes a shot, deflected there by Carpenter into the corner. He just tries to reverse hit there on Tish, but comes out to Strnad. So Coast now with it, but now intercepted there by Dixon, and he'll go down the ice and have a skate. So Dixon chasing there and on Ruth. Forecheck there by Webster, but the Coast able to get it out, but only as far as the Ducks defense and the captain of Michael McMahon. So the Ducks able to withstand that pressure there. There's 1 minute 40 left in the game. McMahon reverses it over to Carpenter.
If it does go to a 4-all at the end of regulation, we'll have a 3-on-3 5-minute sudden death overtime. And if that is still tied up at the end of that, we go to a penalty shootout.
So if it's anything like the first week we ever had here, right? Remember, Dawes is the magic man with those goals with less than a minute left. Let's see if he can recreate some of that magic. So here comes the Ducks now in their own zone. Carpenter reverses it over for Robertson. Robertson will collect. He's got Carpenter on the half wall, and he'll find him. So Carpenter now back to Robertson. Just maybe caught him a little bit off guard, and he was forced to circle back. Intercepted here by Kuleshov, who looks in front to Rye. Here comes Ruddle, though, drops it over to Robertson. And if you hear that on the code, we're here with less than a minute left here in the third period in the first game here between the Coast and the Ducks for this weekend of Pride. So here come the Coast. Here's Costa. 45 seconds left. He comes in on the half wall, walks through the middle, shot, save, rebound, but that was cleared by Robertson and up to Vrilnik. Not able to get it out as Costa reverses it for Stringer to go chase in his own zone. He'll take it behind his net, reverse it over to Robertson, and we've got 30 seconds remaining. So can the Ducks get one more chance, or will it be the Coast able to keep this in and get another scoring opportunity? So here comes Stringer. He walks it in, intercepted. Here comes Strnad. So this might be it. He's got Tish skating in front. Nice job there by Robertson to prevent the pass. Strnad still with it, though, takes it behind the net. He waits, he looks, he's trying to see who he can give it to. He's got Costa here pinching from the point. Shot by Costa, scores! Braden Costa through the 5-hole! He's done it with 3.1 seconds, and the Coast has stolen the game from the Melbourne Ducks here at Ice HQ.
It's pretty hard to say that they can bring it back with 3.1 seconds to go. I think if they win the face-off, it'll be shot straight down the other end. But it looks like we are going to see the first win by the Coast against the top team on their home ground, which stings a duck, I can tell you that for sure.
Look at the
I've got to tell you, they've
faces.
played some great hockey, and it's not over yet, but there is 3 seconds, so it's about as close to over yet as you can
You
get.
see how much that means to the Coast players right there. What a goal. And that was a great play by Strnad behind the net to find Costa, and he takes the shot and right through the wickets there of Davis. I hazard whether he saw it. There was a lot of bodies in front, but man, what a finish! 2 goals there by the Coast, and they're able to steal this game from the Melbourne Ducks.
So there you go. That's the
Let's
Coast's
go.
first
Look at
win
'em.
in the series, and they'll be very, as you can tell, very
Look
excited
out.
about that, and deservedly so too. They played a particularly good
They want,
game.
yeah. And here's Rye. He wants the puck, because this is the first win ever for this club here in this league. So
What a fantastic effort, and obviously their goaltender doing a great job with again, you really expect, you kind of come to expect that from Tish. No,
Yeah.
sorry, Lash.
Munro.
Thomas Munro.
Yeah.
You expect that from him. He is such a champion goaltender, and he'll be very excited, and I'm sure we'll see him say something about that in his video blog in the not too distant.
Yeah.
And we'll be very, very pleased to see that as well. Obviously, a great win by the Coast away. It's a difficult thing to do. So tomorrow will be another game, of course it will be another game, 3:30. The away teams often struggle, especially the Ducks play a particularly good second game around. They're away from home. It's less than 24 hours recovery before the next game. They'll have a lot of emotional stuff to deal with tonight, because they'll be very excited about the win. So can they contain that and come back tomorrow and come back and play as well as they did today, or are the Ducks going to return the favour. We'll see. What do you think, Gossie?
Look, I mean, I'll tell you what, we mentioned it there at the game. You know, the Ducks have been on the right side of that so many times, those late goals, but kudos to the Coast. They never went away, and, you know, they had that early lead. The Ducks came back, but they were down by 2, and we talked about that mentality. What's going to happen? And you know what? They got that power play goal. They cut the lead to 1, and they just never gave the Ducks a huge opportunity to really steal the game. And in the end, you know, it was really all Coast for that last few minutes, and I think that's stunned not only the fans here, but probably a few of the Ducks players. But I'll tell you what, as we saw last week, the Ducks don't like losing, and you saw when they came back against the Rampage after losing that first one, they came back and played an outstanding game. So I think we'll be in for an absolute beauty tomorrow. The Coast, they'll be happy. It's their first win, right?
Yep.
Whether or not they can bring it back tomorrow, we'll see. But the Ducks, you know, a little bit to think about because they weren't able to find the answer tonight.
Probably the biggest thing they have to think about is how can they stay out of the box.
Yeah.
Look, some of those penalties were hard calls, and they were just kind of the way it goes. But some of them were just a little bit silly too, and they just gave away too much of that time. So just to wrap it all up for you, ladies and gentlemen, the shots on the net was 44 to the Coast, 39 to the Ducks, and as we saw, the Coast with that goal with just 3 seconds remaining to bring it up to a 5-4 victory for the Coast, which is tremendous for them. And of course, we're pleased that they managed to get a win. We don't like it on our home ground, but that's how it is, of course, and that's the joy of this game. If you won everything that was predictable, to take all the fun out of it.
It just reminds us of the parity, right, that
Yes,
we want, right? You want anyone to be able to beat anyone.
Yep.
And every game seems to be close.
Well, that's the thing, and I think we mentioned at the start of the game that this was by no means a foregone conclusion, and we've just seen that absolutely displayed with a very good contest. The Ducks' next game is tomorrow here at 3:30. The puck drops. There are more details on the Ducks webpage. Come along over here to the ice rink here and enjoy it. And I'll check up on all the relevant social media pages. Just stand by for 1 second. Looks like
it'll be great. And for those of you as well, just a reminder that you know, it is Pride Weekend this weekend, so please come down and you know, support everything that's going on. There's some really cool koozies, beer koozies that they've got with the rainbow flag there for the Ducks. I know I want.
What did you call it?
Koozie?
Koozie.
Is that what you guys call them? What do you guys?
Stubby holder, mate.
Stubby holder.
Stubby holder.
Sorry, stubby holder. But that'll be it. So we'll see you guys all here tomorrow.
So first of all, other things we'd like to obviously is there's a few thank yous for the production. Big thanks to Dave from Spacequake and the Ice HQ team here, Ross and Carrie and so forth, and Carrie Fisher, Ryan Subi-Hines and Phil Trin, who's our little a genius at everything electronic around the rink. Our referees, Ice Techs, and a small army of volunteers. You guys do a fantastic job, and we're very thrilled and cannot run it without you. And as always, a great big thanks to everyone who's watched the live stream and come along here to watch the game of hockey. Without you, this is nothing, and it's all about providing you with a good show. And it's been the Pacific is again showing us that it's a series well worth supporting, with great close contests time after time, and the bottom team beating the top team. Look, we don't like it as being Ducks here, but it's a great thing for the competition, and that's really what we need to see. So from Anton and myself, thank you very much for watching. We'll be with you tomorrow afternoon for Game 2 of Round 5 when the Ducks take on the Coast again. The puck drops at 3:30 p.m. Bring it on.